Good morning. Happy Friday. Let's do this. Get on that stream now. Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Be sure to like, follow, and subscribe. Always listen to the show. Just download the Rock 1061 app. It's free. You can also get us on your in-home smart speaker and the website. It is rock1061.com. Good Friday morning, Marshall.
Well, happy Freedom Friday to you, Cotter.
That's true. That's true. Tomorrow, we kick off your 4th of July weekend officially with the big Rock 1061 20th anniversary concert. Next couple days, going to be a little crazy for everybody here at Rock 1061.
Yeah, it's something that we've been working, obviously, towards for quite some time. So I'm looking forward to the 20th anniversary show. Last night, I was hosting bingo at the Draft in Berwick. What prize did I have for my final round? Not a $50 gift card, but a pair of tickets. Surprise!
Oh.
Surprise, I got you! Gave away a pair of tickets to our 20th anniversary show last night at the draft room. The person was very happy because they literally walked in 2 rounds before. and when I said we're giving away tickets, he's like, "Oh, can I play?" I'm like, "Yeah, absolutely." And he ran in from the patio. I got it, bingo! So excited.
Well, that's good. It's better than the winner going, "What radio station is this? What do you got?" Yeah, I'm busy on Saturday.
Those people are dead to us. They don't exist, Cotter. They don't exist to me.
Now, yesterday, we didn't talk about this on the show. Yesterday was Bobby Bonilla Day. This is where Bobby Bonilla gets his paycheck of about $1.2 million from the Mets. He gets this every year until like 2036. I just learned something this morning, though. The Mets aren't the only team paying him every year.
Okay.
The Baltimore Orioles pay him $500,000 every year, and this is going to happen through 2029.
Really?
Hats off to Bobby Bonilla's agents, management team back in the day for thinking ahead, long-term deals for this dude. He is set for life.
I mean, how old is Bobby Bonilla at this point? He's 50s easily.
He's got to be in his 50s.
Yeah.
He doesn't have to do anything. He's just getting checks.
He's not going to live. He's not going to live throughout these deals. There's no way.
It doesn't even better. I mean, this dude is set for life. Never has to do anything ever again.
Good for him.
Can we work out that deal?
No.
Does radio have those deals?
We just get our $1,500 per show, and then as soon as the show ends, we walk away every day, Cotter. That's how this deal goes.
So if we just keep saying that, it comes true eventually, right?
Yeah,
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, that's why I keep saying it.
All right, Kevin from Service going to be in during the 9 o'clock hour for beer for breakfast. Can't wait for that. A couple beers for us to try today. Going to get to Are You Smarter Than a Community College Dropout? Wheel of Florida is coming up today. We're talking Marvel movies. Going to call, comment, and text on what's your most magical life moments. So that's going to happen at 7 o'clock. And, of course, we'll kick off the show next with About Last Night. Washington football team slapped with a record-setting fine from the NFL yesterday. Bill Murray, dude's awesome, crazy story about him. And we've got a update about the Tour de France fugitive. No longer a fugitive. That story's coming up next. Latest from Five Finger Death Punch. This is Darkness Settles In. Cotter and Marshall, good morning. Rock 1061.
So Tim, the engineer, was setting up for our mobile stream yesterday, and he moved around all of our shit. So I look like I'm freaking glowing this morning. Just realized that.
You're glowing.
And then he moved our cameras around.
Mac, Tony, good morning.
All right. Let's do this. This will be the last show until the Tuesday after next.
Yeah, so the 6th is when we're back. Right? No, not the 6th.
Do you understand? Do you understand time?
No, 6 is next week. I'm sorry. It's the
13th.
13th, yeah.
Yes. Morning, Tony. Morning, Mac. Hey, Tony, weren't you supposed to bring in a dog, a puppy yesterday? Just hang out with us?
Morning,
What's
Jeremy.
going on? On the chat yesterday, Tony was talking about how there was supposed to be some sort of like puppy, in and around the building.
I like puppies.
I was like, oh, man, we'd like to see a puppy. Everyone likes a puppy.
Yes.
Didn't see one. I was here till almost noon. It's a bad look when you break promises.
Guys from Whaleboat are coming in this morning to get their packet, so it was there all day.
Hi, guys. So here today on the show, Kevin from Service Brewing Company is going to be coming in. I've got some serious hard-hitting questions for Kevin. It is Freedom Friday.
Okay.
And yes, he does own a brewery in honor of veterans, of military professionals. But I got a really hard-hitting question for him. It may end our relationship. But
can we drink the beer before you ask that question?
No, it's going to be, I'm going to do it the first break. I really need to ask him this question.
That's fair.
It's pretty important.
Service is great. They've really, I don't know, man. They've really stepped up a lot with their R&D beers lately, and they've just been really, really good stuff. They do a lot of stuff for the community. They did a lot of stuff with the Tiny House Project, always working with something charity-wise. Got trivia every Wednesday night. So a great place to just go and have a beer. Kevin's awesome, too, by the way.
So we're going with Tour de France first story?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, he is.
Am I missing it? Did they announce the lady's name or no?
They did not. Not that I saw.
Okay.
So I just put in
not that I saw either.
I just put in they didn't name her. I guess the French are just nicer. We would have been like, give her 3 names. Burn her at the stake.
Is it John Wayne Gacy? Is it female John Wayne Gacy?
There'd be a Netflix documentary about her by now. Ugh. Horrible. Maybe 10 parts breaking down her life story.
All right, there we go. Cool. After this break, I'll share the show around.
Okay. Sounds good. Plan is, as of now, it could change. Vinny from Sponge, they get in today, I want to say around 11. They fly in. And then the plan is now for me to swing by his hotel around 1 to pick him up, come back here for just an early afternoon interview. As a beer guy, their last album is called The Beer Sessions. So I was going to drink a couple local beers with Vinny. We talk about beers and just talk about the show. Hopefully we'll get that confirmed. Still waiting on that final text, but that's the plan as of now. And then at 5 o'clock, I'll be on the news talking about the show because that's all we talk about anymore.
Max says, going out of my comfort zone this morning with CrossFit, Marshall. I know you all want to hear about it. We do. Tell us more.
All right,
how many burpees did you do?
Be right back, guys. So the Tour de France fugitive, no longer a fugitive, and I think she's getting off kind of easy, maybe. Details coming up. Don't forget, hop on the stream. Join the Horde today. You can watch the show each and every morning, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Be sure to like, follow, and subscribe. Story number 1 about last night. So yes, there was the lady last Saturday, held out the big cardboard sign, stage 1 of the Tour de France. That sign hit Tony Martin. He took a spill. Dozens of other riders soon followed. One rider, Joshua Sutherland, was taken to the hospital with an injured hand. Now, this lady went on the run, and authorities had to go to Facebook, and they're like, look, if anybody saw her, if you know where she's at, can you please give us some details? Tour de France threatened to sue. Well, eventually it sounds like she turned herself in.
Right.
They're not giving her name. 30-year-old French woman turned herself in, and she's facing a fine of about 1,500 euros. I think it's about $1,700 American. And like I said, Tour de France initially threatened to sue. They're like, look, got to put a stop to this. We want safety on the course, even though it's their race and they should be responsible.
Right.
They have now dropped their lawsuit against this woman.
Yeah, I think they just realized that, she was being a little silly. She was having a good time out there when she should have actually been paying attention to the race. But here's the thing, though. It doesn't mean that the riders who were injured, can't sue her. Now, Joshua Sutherland was taken to the hospital with an injured hand. He was one of the bicyclists. Now, he's going. Now, he could also sue her.
Yes.
And Mark Soler, who finished a stage but abandoned the next morning after fractures in both arms were revealed.
Oh, damn.
And 8 other riders were seen by race doctors, and numerous others suffered minor injuries. Now, Mark Soler, This dude has actually already hit. He's like, I'm actually going to sue her.
I get it.
Yeah, I mean, fractured both of this dude's arms. Kind of need him to ride a bicycle, and if that's for his living, I'd be a little mad too.
Yeah, it's funny. If this is the United States, everybody and their brother would have sued her already.
Oh, yeah.
The lawsuit's crazy. So I'm surprised Tour de France pulled out, and I'm not surprised if this guy sues her for the broken arms. I mean, rightfully so. I mean, if rightfully so, he should sue her. I mean, he should get some money or something out of it.
It definitely affected his workplace experience, that's for sure, when he took a tumble over, I don't know, 3 dozen other guys.
I mean, if he doesn't sue her and she gets fined 1,500 euros, I mean, she's in custody. I doubt she's going to be spending time in jail for this.
No.
Is she getting off too easy? I mean, it was a stupid thing. She should have been paying attention, but is she getting off too easy?
I don't think so. I mean, I don't know if we should, literally hang her for this type of offense.
I don't think that.
Yeah, I mean, no. I think I think honestly she should be fined. I mean, having the jail, having her arrest on record, kind of funny, honestly, if I'm a future employer of hers.
Sure.
But, I honestly wouldn't blame these guys if they did sue her. I hope she gets a really good lawyer.
All right, Bill Murray. There's just legendary stories about that guy. And if you want him in your movie, it's not as easy as it sounds. We got details coming up. It is the Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 106.1. All right. Proof she was there. Tony has pictures of the dog.
It took me to an Instagram. I had to sign in, then I gave up.
Yeah,
so.
okay. Sorry. Too much work. I'll do that later. Mac did 0 burpees.
Proud of you. Really going out of your comfort zone today.
They're setting up a doggy play date. Awesome.
I'm glad we could bring all you guys together so you can set up your doggy play dates on our live stream. I mean, it is very early in the morning. I'll allow it.
Charles, lots of abs and biceps today. Ready to rock out tomorrow like that. Good morning, Charles.
Better not hurt those shoulders, man. I don't want to hear about it tomorrow.
Kevin from Service in today at 9 o'clock. Looking forward to that. Always. Has he ever been in studio with us? Did he ever come in for just like a beer review of Supremacy?
No, I don't think he did. I think he sent one of his brewers over.
Okay, so this will be the first time he's ever in studio. That's awesome. Today for Fire Away Friday, once again, 3 songs from the bands playing on Saturday. Your choices are Puddle of Mud, Spaceship, Filter, Can't You Trip Like I Do, or Sponge, the cover of the Go Speed Racer theme. As of now, Spaceship, Puddle of Mud is winning. You can vote on the Cotter and Marshall Facebook page or in the chat on the stream. So once again, Puddle of Mud, Spaceship, Filter, Can't You Trip Like I Do, or Sponge, Go Speed Racer. Your choices for Fire Away Friday today. So you can vote now and do that in the chat if you'd like to. F those shoulders, work them till they break. A-Dub on early. Good morning, sir. A-Dub, on a scale of 1 to 10, how ready are you for tomorrow? 1 to 10, how ready are you for the big show tomorrow? Doors open up at noon. First band, Whaleboat, goes on at 2.
It is cash only tomorrow as well. There'll be ATMs on site, just a heads up. Cash for drinks and food. Or I guess can't really say it for food. I guess the food trucks could have.
Yeah.
Anyway, just bring a bunch of cash with you.
Yeah. Beer is cash only. Drinks are cash only. 85. That's what I like to hear. Bring it on. You guys live past your interview this afternoon.
Excuse me?
Tony, will you guys live past your interview this afternoon?
I don't have any interviews today. Bye.
Will you live post your interview this afternoon? There we go. Actually, we won't be able to for the streaming, the interview with Vinny, if it happens, because we got to take all of our gear down to the venue so we can get all set up for our live streamed interviews tomorrow. So the Vinny interview will be on air only. So on air only for the Vinny interview. A-Dub says VIP bar has credit card. So if you're in the VIP, you use the credit card.
Bring cash. There will be ATMs on site too, so just a heads up. And I was told they will have more than enough money the entire time.
All of the money. All right, so this is good news. Looking at the weather for Saturday, the hourly breakdown, scattered thunderstorms in the morning, and then it's basically isolated by noon. So we should be good to go by the time the band started, too. That's awesome. Then it's partly cloudy after 4.
High still around 84, 85?
It's going to be perfect. Yeah. It's going to be perfect. Can't wait. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun, guys. Hopefully you heard some of the Badass Rock show yesterday. Billy had Wes Scantlin from Puddle of Mud on. Some great stuff there. A lot of fun. We'll be talking to Wes tomorrow from the venue. We talked to Richard Patrick around 10. Don't have a confirmed time for Wes yet. Wants to do it sometime during his sound check. They start at 10:30. So that will be kind of, we'll let you know as soon as we hear, but it's going to kind of be probably on the fly. And then once I'm talking to Vinny today, we'll hammer down his time for the streaming interview with him tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll be doing breaks from the venue pretty much all day. So keeping everybody abreast of the situation. My grill gets delivered today. I called because they never called me, so I called the Home Depot yesterday. I was like, hey, guys, supposed to get this grill yesterday. You guys didn't assemble it, so I had to reschedule the time for delivery. I really was hoping to have it by the weekend, 4th of July. And they're like, okay, let me check into it. She was very nice, super nice woman on the phone. And then she came back and she's like, well, typically our next delivery date wouldn't be until July 7th, but this is our mess up, so I'm trying to track down a manager. I'm like, perfect. Came back and like, delivered tomorrow. Done and done. So thank you, Home Depot. So I feel bad. My brother, his wife, and his wife's sisters are coming down. They're hitting up Disney next week. So they get it. They left this morning, or they're leaving this morning like at 5 from Illinois, driving down. They'll be in later on tonight. The tropical storm Elsa rolls through Monday into Florida when they go to Disney. Yeah. My wife hit up Angel, my brother's wife, and was like, hey, just an FYI, guys might want to pay attention to this. So bad timing. Feel bad for him. It's her sister's first trip to Disney. And it's just going to be a wet, sloppy mess.
Yikes.
All right, got about 3 minutes. Got this Bill Murray story. If you ever decide to make a movie and want Bill Murray in it, only one way to get a hold of the man. Story number 3, Washington football team. The NFL has wrapped up their investigation into sexual misconduct, and they have slapped Washington with the largest fine the league has ever put on a team or individual. It's big money. Remember, Marshall is out all next week, so no live stream next week. Have a best of. I'll say the same thing Marshall did. I may attempt to hop on the live stream, maybe not. Have to get Tim, the engineer, to set everything back up after the show this weekend. So see if he'll do that early next week. Maybe I'll jump on.
I mean, when it comes to, if you wanted to live stream next week, all you would have to do is just put the cameras back in and plug it in. Super easy.
Yeah. So. All right. Got about 1:45.
Vacation twins. That's right, Tony, you and me. Charles says, Cotter, are you coming to the barbecue?
What barbecue? I'm always up for a barbecue.
Did you get invited to the barbecue?
I didn't. If I did, I'm unaware of said barbecue. Good morning, Sean.
This is embarrassing.
I thought it was Cotter and A-Dub next week. When did that change? Now.
Cotter wouldn't share a sandwich with you, A-Dub, let alone the show. Come on, man.
That's harsh. Depends on the sandwich. The one where I slap my meat across your grill. Yeah, I'm down for that. Bring it on. Slap it. Slap it. All right, guys, 30 seconds. 30 seconds. All right, guys, be right back. Good morning. Thank you for hanging out on air and on the stream. Story number 2 about last night. Now, there are many legendary Bill Murray stories. Crashing random wedding or engagement photos.
Right.
I mean, showing up at a house party, hanging out. I think played drums and then did dishes. That's great. I mean, if I could have just a random celebrity run-in, I want it to be with Bill Murray. I think that would be amazing. But this may be one of the craziest stories about the guy. I mean, he's been doing the Hollywood thing for decades. And if you want him in one of your movies, he has no agent. He has no management team. The dude has an 800 number, a secret 800 number set up that you have to call and leave voicemails on for him to check. And then maybe he'll do your movie.
Yeah. So, I mean, Bill Murray's 70 years old at this point. He doesn't want to live by his phone. And he said this, I mean, straight up, he goes, well, I just want to live my life. I don't want to have to worry about checking the phone or answering my phone all the time. Yeah, and he does have an 1-800 number, and then directors literally have to pitch their movie over one or multiple voicemails.
Yeah.
And the voicemail is set up where it doesn't even have Bill's voice. I think in the story it doesn't even say that it's him. You just have to hope that you have the right 1-800 number and you're not spilling your guts when it comes to letting out all the information on your movie that you're trying to pitch to Bill Murray.
Now, there is a documentary about somebody trying to track down Bill Murray using the 800 number. And I think it's called The Bill Murray Stories. It's actually a really good documentary. And the guy shows himself calling the number, and I guess it gives you the option to redo your voicemail, and he redoes it just many times over because he keeps screwing it up. And in the documentary tells stories about Bill Murray and people running into him randomly. And he never got a hold of him on the 800 number. He never heard back.
Yeah.
But he randomly ran into him because he's a part owner of a minor league team, isn't he, Bill Murray?
Oh, maybe. I don't know.
And he ran into him there because he'll just show up at the stadium to watch games. But this is great. I mean, the myth, the legend that is Bill Murray is amazing because you hear these stories, and I think for most people it'd be like, that's not true. But you hear them from Bill Murray, and you're like, that's probably totally true.
Yeah, I want to be more like Bill Murray in my older age. I mean, Bill Murray said, it's not like at 11 o'clock it's time to check the messages from his 1-800 phone number. He goes, sometimes I go days or weeks without checking them. I mean, what an utter alpha move it is to just be like, I don't need to work. I don't have to do any of your crappy movies.
Right.
I mean, he's done like every single Wes Anderson film.
Yes.
No matter what, animated or in real life. He just says it's an automatic yes. Whenever Wes Anderson calls up Bill Murray, he's automatically in his next movie. But that's really all he's been doing. And he's living the best life.
I want that Bill Murray life. All right, coming up next, one more story in about last night. The Washington football team just got slapped with the largest fine in the history of the NFL. We'll tell you about it after Godsmack. This is Bulletproof. Cotter and Marshall, Rock 106.1.
There's A-Dub with some baseball knowledge. He said that Bill Murray was part owner of the Charleston River Dogs.
There you go.
St. Paul Saints.
Yeah, so the documentary ends with, so Bill Murray was at the ballpark and he heard he was going to be there, so he came, and then he ended up not pressuring him into trying to be on camera. I think there's just like a shot of him like trying to go up and talk to him, but he didn't talk to him about he didn't want to bother him to get him on camera. Mm-hmm. But it's a good documentary because it just tells all the stupid, crazy stories about him walking up to people in bars, going, they'll never believe you, and just all this weird stuff. So.
I'm looking up just on Wikipedia. He's a part owner of the St. Paul Saints, a minor league baseball team of the AAA East and AAA affiliate of the Minnesota Twins. Bill occasionally travels to St. Paul, Minnesota to watch teams' games. He also owns part of the Charleston River Dogs, the Hudson Valley Renegades, and the Brockton Rocks. So he's technically like a four baseball team owner.
Dude's a big baseball fan, man.
How much is Bill Murray worth? $180 million. It's so funny. So I'm Googling this. How much is Bill Murray worth? And they show a picture of Ray Romano next to the...
Why not?
Whoops. Sorry about that. Did A-Dub respond to you and tell you how ready he was for our concert
He
tomorrow?
said 85, as I said on a scale of 1 to 10. So he said 85.
Good. There was no other correct answer.
Yeah. I would have accepted 11 just for Spinal Tap reasons, but 85 is good.
Mm-hmm.
All right. After this break, going to grab some coffee. Had some this morning when I first got in, which I don't normally do. I was just kind of tired. I'm feeling good now, though. So another cup, I'll be good to go.
Yeah, Bill Murray is a bit of a baseball mogul at this point.
Yeah.
I think he owns, I'm sure he owns a ton of stuff, but there's the Caddyshack stuff. Sure is he part of that?
Yeah, he's got a whole golf clothing line that they do, and then him and his brothers, they own, there's like a Caddyshack golf store that I think him and his brothers own. I think it's the Murray's Caddyshack.
Yeah, like the Murray Bros. Yeah. He has like 6 brothers. He has like a ridiculous number of brothers who actually, a couple of them are actors too.
Brian Doyle Murray is in Caddyshack, Christmas Vacation. He's in a bunch of stuff.
Gee, I wonder how he got that gig.
Yeah, I know, right? All right, be right back. One more story, and about last night, the Washington football team just got hit with the largest fine in the history of the NFL. The NFL wrapped up its sexual misconduct investigation into the team, and they have fined them $10 million. Now, the money is going to be given to organizations committed to character education, anti-bullying, healthy relationships, and related topics. The punishment came down yesterday because the league claims that high-ranking figures within the organization sexually harassed and verbally abused female employees repeatedly and rampantly over the last decade.
The Washington football team. Dan Snyder should have to sell the team. He is probably... he is the worst owner out there. I would say Jerry Jones the worst owner, but at least he's won a couple championships. The Washington football team has been a disaster ever since they've been under Dan Snyder. And now, just recently, he just added his wife as co-CEO, which I feel is like a long-term plan so he can deflect some of the blame when it came to this fine or something to his wife. I don't know exactly what's going on, but I'm a huge advocate of the Washington football team getting sold at this point. But that wasn't the only fines that happened yesterday in the NFL. The Jacksonville Jaguars, the 49ers, and the Dallas Cowboys all saw fines for mini training camp violations.
Okay.
Which is hilarious because they had like a 1-week training camp, I think sometime in early June. Now, Urban Meyer, who hasn't even coached an NFL game yet, was fined $200,000. $200,000. Kyle Shanahan was fined $50,000, and Mike McCarthy, the head coach of the Dallas Cowboys, was fined $100,000 for infractions when it comes to training camps. They didn't exactly get into it too much, but they also fined the team some cash as well. I just thought it was hilarious that Urban Meyer, who, has a bit of a reputation, has already been fined $200,000. I mean, the NFL, record day.
Yeah.
I mean, first of all, that's a record fine for the Washington football team.
Right.
But just they almost made like $11 million yesterday. Like, good for the NFL, good for charities overall.
All right, coming up next, talking 20th anniversary concert. It goes down tomorrow. Details coming up. Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 106.1. I'm getting my coffee.
Good luck with your coffee.
Thank you.
Come on, camera. Or we're just not going to work at all? Let's try this. Okay. Apparently that camera doesn't want to work for today. We'll just leave it right here. We won't go solo cam. Anyway, guys, thanks for hanging out this morning. I'm totally with it. Totally here to rock and roll. Good golly. So later on in the show this morning, obviously going to be talking about the 20th anniversary show. Our call, text, and comment on the stream is about the most magical life moment you've ever had. So make sure to let us know what your magical life moment is. Then we'll talk about some Marvel Cinematic Universe movies. A recent website ranked all of them, including the new Black Widow film, into the all-time MCU canon of films. So we'll go over those. Then we'll power rank some Marvel movies. We'll play Wheel of Florida in the 8 o'clock hour. We'll do some trivia as well. And then Kevin from Service Brewing comes in at 9 a.m. for Beer for Breakfast. So we've got a loaded show for you guys today. Yeah, Mac, no on solo. I don't know why. My solo cam wasn't coming on for the solo pain today. Maybe, automatically I want to blame Tim, the engineer, because he was playing with our system yesterday. When are you going to see Black Widow whilst on vacay? Mac, you need to go to a Renaissance fair for sure. You know what? I don't know. I don't know when I'm going to see Black Widow. I have no idea.
We're going to watch it just off of Disney Plus. It's just cheaper. The $30 is cheaper than a trip to the theater. So comes out on the 9th. Hell, I just watch it on the 9th. Depending on the kids' work schedule, which never coordinates anymore. It's a pain in the ass. They work literally, a quarter of a mile, not even that far from each other. And it's like one works at, 8 to 4. The other's 4 to 9. Tony, some parents would say the day their kids were born was magical. I'm going to go with the day they moved out.
That's acceptable. I'll allow it.
No, like I said, both my wife and I, we've talked about it. And it's nothing against our kids. We're excited about them being gone. Nothing against them. It's just it's a new step in life for us, our relationship. So I totally get that.
Marshall, don't you have the same system I have? I have one that's slightly different, but yeah, I'll have access to it. But once again, I'm the next week I'm trying not to mess with anything at all. So there's actually you could just there's like certain hours of the day that your phone will not set off notifications or take phone calls. They'll come through and they'll show that you miss them.
Right.
It's just a do not disturb type deal.
Oh, okay.
So I'll be turning my phone on for a do not disturb from the hours of 9 to about 6 every day while on vacation. I will not be taking any of your phone calls or text messages while on vacation.
I love that setting.
Yeah.
I need to look into that.
Yeah.
I'm just going to set that up every day at, starting at 10.
Yeah.
Everybody seems to text and or call me when I try to lay down for a nap.
Yeah, so you could just turn on like a do not disturb from that time period. Oh. I think you can even set it up on a schedule of some sort.
Okay. Yeah, done and done.
All right, guys. Once again, we are going to be taking your comments here from the live stream and using them for our call-in segment right at the top of the 7 o'clock hour. What is your most magical life moments? Please drop them into the chat, and we're going to share them with everyone here in just a little while. Once again, what is your most magical life moment? Please drop them into the chat. Tony, thank you for sharing yours. Drop them into the chat, and we'll share them here in just a little bit.
Got a couple great ones from Doc Faust. Epic, as always. And then Cam's, buddy Cam, no longer with Savannah Tap House. He got a good one as well on the Facebook page. So, I got about 3 minutes.
David, with your youngest moving out of the house this weekend, would you say that's magical? Is that what you're saying is magical right now?
Yeah, I mean, it's weird. The wife, move-in day so my oldest is just flying back, taking the gap year, not going back to school, but had the apartment, has a job, Five Guys Burgers. So is going back and is going to live there for the year, maybe longer, depending. I don't know if he'll go back to school or not. We'll see. If not, I mean, I dropped out of school. I'm not judging whether he goes back or not. If he doesn't want to, don't waste the money. It's not worth it. It'll be interesting to see how he does now, because he, last time when he was there, it's like, all right, you had school, so yeah, you're on your own, but there was the whole school thing going on around you. Now it's like he's just living on his own with a job. So hopefully that goes well. He's just flying back in August, and then we drive. My youngest moves in Friday the 13th of August. So
cool.
Drive her over to Arkansas.
Are you out that day?
I will
13th?
be the 13th, yes.
Okay.
I'll be in Thursday. We're going to leave right after the show, and that's the only day I will be back.
Okay.
She moves in on the Friday. We're driving back on the Saturday. So that one will be rough, because the oldest was I think the youngest is ready. The oldest was ready, and excited about it. The youngest is ready, but she's more anxious and nervous about things. So I think that one's going to be a little rough for her when we leave. Or not. She'll just be like, F both of you, get out of here. I'd prefer that.
Well, good luck with you. Good luck. Good luck to you.
So Friday the 13th, I'm saying it now, I will probably be an emotional wreck. Just FYI.
Well, that's the day you're not here?
The day I'm not here.
Oh, thank God. So, yeah, I don't want to deal with that shit.
Neither will my wife. I got about 35 seconds.
Charles, thank you so much for sharing that once again. We're going to talk about the 20th anniversary show here in like 30 seconds, but please drop in your most magical moments in your life. They could be, with a sports team, with your significant other. They can be that one time you found $1. I mean, maybe it's just a magical moment to you. I mean, look, everyone's different. It doesn't have to be with, someone else that you found in your life. I have a few that have nothing to do with my wife. I felt like the wife thing was just too easy.
Yeah, same thing. All right, guys, be right back. All right, guys, tomorrow is it. The Rock 106.1 20th anniversary show with Connect Savannah, Trustees Garden, Puddle of Mud, Filter, Sponge, Lilac, and Whaleboat. Doors open up at noon. Show starts at 2. Tickets will be available online all day today, all day tomorrow, because you have to buy them at etix.com. That link is on the website. Get it there, rock1061.com.
Yeah, and just a couple housekeeping things, because we are obviously getting some questions in regards to a couple things. So parking is obviously up to you guys. You can park on the street. You can park in the parking garages. You can Uber in. Obviously, we recommend that as well. But obviously, it's downtown Savannah. Parking can be challenging.
Yes.
You got to figure it out. You're a grown-up. I'm sure you will. Also, make sure to bring a bunch of cash with you, because the bars will be cash. Inside the VIP area, there is a card machine. But once again, just bring a whole bunch of cash with you. There's going to be merch there. They're going to be selling merch, all sorts of cool stuff. 8 food trucks, and of course, all of our wonderful sponsors who helped make this possible. Thank you to all of them.
Yeah, this is going to be a great day. Kicking off live music back in the Low Country and Coastal Empire. We've been saying it for a while now. 2021, seriously the best year of shows in this area in probably a decade, and it starts tomorrow. You got to get your tickets, etix.com. You can buy them the day of online. Once again, you got to get them online, etix.com. That link is at rock1061.com. Coming up top of the 7 o'clock hour, going to take your calls, comments, and text, 800-394-1061. What's your most magical life moment? I've got many to pick from. Several involve the wife, but a lot of them don't. And it was kind of cool to go back and remember a few of these moments because they're not something I necessarily, think about often, but it was cool to remember them. So what is your most magical life moment? Call, comment, and text now, 800-394-1061. We'll get to your stories after 7 o'clock. It's Cotter and Marshall, Rock 1061.
Morning, Holly. Good to see you, Thomas. Glad you're hanging around. Thank you for sharing your magical moment. Holly, we're very excited about tomorrow as well. Once again, guys, we're going to be taking your calls, comments, and text messages. If you feel like your magical story is just too large, too girthy, no big deal. We understand completely. Feel free to call us up, 1-800-394-1061, with your magical life moment that you'd love to share with us. I've already got a couple here on the stream. Thank you so much to Tony. Dave, I stole yours as well as a magical moment. Charles and Thomas, guys, thank you so much for sharing your magical moments with us. We're going to share those on the air here in just a little bit.
I really want Vic to call on this. I want to know what Vic's magical life moment is.
I think that would be 3 straight days of Vic calls. You're asking for too much.
Yeah, but this is a good one. I want to know what Vic's magical life moment is.
He'd probably talk about his shaman. Getting high in the desert or something.
That's okay.
The desert just being the backwoods of Effingham County. We're out in the desert, man. Well, actually, it was Rinkin, but same thing. Just Vic.
That's funny. All right, I'm going to get my coffee.
I'm going to test the camera thing again. I want to see if this... Nope, it's not one to love me today. The cameras. Let's just make sure camera 3 is working. Hey, at least that works, right? Okay. At least we're set for our guest later on today in the show. Once again, Kevin from Service Brewing Company is going to be coming in for beer for breakfast right at the top at the 9 o'clock hour. Service, one of the best damn local breweries in the area. Service has done such a great job expanding from their core beers and then doing some really cool R&D beers, what they call them, research beers. And they got some cool stuff, and I think we're going to be trying a couple of them today. Charles, another magical moment, man, in your life. Thank you so much for sharing that.
Oh, that's a great one, Tony. All right, it's about 10 minutes away. Well, top of the hour. A few tunes still to get to. Soundgarden, get into some Seether. Latest from Greta Van Fleet. Coming up after top of the 7 o'clock hour as well.
Where does Cotter keep his coffee? He always seems to disappear to get it. Are you ashamed of drinking coffee on camera?
No, my coffee's right here. Coffee maker's out in the hallway, though, so I have to go make it out in the hallway. So, but no, coffee's ready. Good to go.
If you were asking me that question, I drink coffee every once in a while. I don't drink it a whole lot. So usually I drink like an energy drink or something in the morning, and then I try to do water after that most days.
I got a good one from Salsa Mark.
Cool.
All right. That. It's a full show today, man. Lots to get to. Don't forget, you can still vote for Fire Away Friday as well. It's coming up after 8. Puddle of the Mud, Spaceship, Filter, Can't You Trip Like I Do, or Sponge, Go Speed Racer. So I was looking at some set lists from Sponge recently.
Okay.
Just to see what they play. Go Speed Racer is on a majority of them, but then there's a couple where it's not. So I'm really hoping tomorrow is a Go Speed Racer day.
I'm sure if you you nudge them a little bit,
I might bring it up.
Yeah.
I might bring it up.
You'd be like, hey, remember my company's paying you this money? How about you play the damn song?
It's like Wax Ecstatic and Have You Seen Mary, both on the set list from their Wax Ecstatic album, which I think is highly underrated.
If they didn't play it, I think we would have a riot.
I think, I mean, spoiler alert, sorry guys, I think they've opened most shows with Wax Ecstatic.
Okay.
Which is pretty cool. So, yeah, I mean, that and Have You Seen Mary, Plowed, and Molly, and so I don't know. That's the band I'm most looking forward to see. I'm just super excited. Like I said, the only time I seen them was they opened up for Candlebox. It was right after the Speed Racer. It was a covers album for cartoon songs, all different bands. Right after that came out, so they played that live. Vinny was just a madman. He was climbing all over the scaffolding on the stage, doing all this stuff. So pumped about it, man.
Yeah, once again, tomorrow, it does look like there may be some rain, but it looks like it definitely all curtails off by the early-ish afternoon. We should be totally good to go for the majority of our show tomorrow. It is a rain or shine show. Also, make sure to bring some cash with you when it comes to the bars. They are cash only. We have a lot of vendors on site, a lot of food trucks on site as well, so we got you covered with food and all that goodness. So just keep in mind of those few items tomorrow. We'll keep reiterating those throughout the show today, and then we'll obviously put posts online so people are in the know.
Yeah. All right. I got a couple songs, and then we'll get into your calls, comments, and texts. Black Hole Sun from Soundgarden. See, There's Remedy. Yeah, it's going to be weird after the show is done. What are we going to talk about? What are we going to do? Our focus has been so laser focused on the show. It'll be weird to be like, stuff.
Yeah, I'm excited that we just don't have to talk for the week following.
Yeah.
But I'm sure we can figure something out. We'll come back to the show on the 12th, I think is what we said. Yeah, the 12th. 13th. We'll be back on with live streaming on the 13th. We'll have some new stuff on the show, and then I'm sure we'll come up with even more stuff to kind of help fill the summer as we lead into football. And speaking of, I mean, at this point, we are 1 month away from having football back in our lives in some form or fashion with
you're right.
Hall of Fame game, and then we're right into 3 weeks of preseason. We're going to have all of that, and then obviously football. So, real, actual, meaningful football is 2 months away. And then I think most of the teams actually call up training camp. I think the first 26 is the first day. So we're about 3.5 weeks out from training camp beginning for most NFL football teams.
Oh, nice. Yes, A-Dub. There is an after party. And yes, Thomas, it is at the Barrel House South. So as soon as the show's over, which should be 10-ish, still nice and early, still go get your drink on, get down to the Barrel House South. They usually have some great live music. Great venue. It's a nice little place. Trap played there a couple years ago.
Yeah.
I've done a few things there. Barrel House South is nice, man. So, yeah, it's a great place for the after party. It's right up there on Congress, right next to where the Jinx used to be. So you can stop on by for the after party.
I pretty much go to the Barrel House once a month, usually not to drink. I'm picking up checks for our sales guy who's no longer in town. So I'm always jumping in there, bugging the guys nice and early. It's always funny to see the staff that early in the morning because they are hating their lives because they work so late the night before. And they're just looking at me like, Yeah, I'll get you a check. All right.
I expect to see A-Dub at Barrel House South on the bar, just like pouring shots down people's mouths.
And letting everyone do bar shots off them.
I think that would be, if we really want to make it memorable, I think that's the way to go. A-Dub, I hope you're in.
Little update on a story that we're not going to get to talk about, at least for like 2 weeks. Richard Branson is officially doing his space flight 9 days ahead of Jeff Bezos. His company announced plans Thursday to launch the rocket fuel flight July 11th, 9 days before Bezos is supposed to go up July 20th in his Blue Origin mission.
That's just Branson whipping out his penis, going, Look at this, guys.
Branson will be joined by 2 pilots and 3 other astronauts in the space flight, testing the private astronaut experience. So they're just going to like the outer edge of space and then just coming right back. So
I'm sure it's safe. I'm sure they'll be fine. But I'm telling you, if I was part of that company, I'd be like, we're sending people who aren't important up first, guys, just in case something bad happens.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's weird that Branson would try to rush just to one up the Jeff Bezos.
He totally seems like that guy, though.
Yeah, I know, but it kind of like, that's the thing you're rushing? A space flight? You're not rushing to like eat like a full plate of sushi in under 30 seconds.
No, but he seems like that guy. I mean, I thought it'd be Elon Musk. I thought Elon Musk would be like, all right, guys, I guess I gotta go up. But no, Branson is in.
Well, it looks like winds are going to be nice and low tomorrow. Sorry, I keep looking at the weather for tomorrow.
No, I mean, I get it. But yeah, we're probably going to get some rain. It should be early on in the day, which is fine. And then by the time the show really gets up and running, we're going to be okay. And I think it looks like we'll be okay for Whaleboat and Lilac. So, and I apologize now to them because I will say Lilac when I introduce you, just because I'm a dumbass. I got no other excuse.
Yeah, I agree. That's exactly what's going to happen.
I know. I'm calling my shot now, guys.
Or you're going to overpronunciate it and absolutely... Yeah, and you're going to absolutely sound like a dumbass even more. The best thing I think you should do when you introduce the band...
is just throw it to you.
No.
Marshall, take it away!
Well, that...
And then go running.
I think you should just go as quickly as possible. So no one notices.
Lilac.
Ladies and gentlemen, Lilac. Lilac.
I'm going to say Lilac. I know it now. They don't seem to care that much because they never corrected us for the past year. Because I mean, we've done things with the band. They were part of the. We did our virtual Thanksgiving show last year. We played some tunes from them.
Mm-hmm.
So we've been saying Lilac for over a year now. So they didn't seem to mind.
Yeah. Thomas goes, yeah, the rain's going to make the show a bit of a sauna tomorrow. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, though, which is nice, and I know it's weird to say, but for July 4th, it's only 84 degrees.
Yeah.
Mid-80s, we would have all accepted mid-80s. Like a month and a half ago, you could like check out what the project is going to be, and it was like 92 degrees.
Yeah.
So you know what? It being almost 10 degrees less, I will definitely take that in a heartbeat over what it was supposed to be.
Yeah, no, I'm good with that. Under 3 minutes now, guys. Getting into your calls, comments, and texts.
Arrest warrants have been put out for TV personality Chris Hansen after failing to appear in a Michigan courtroom.
Ooh, what'd he do?
Checking it out right now. I was just checking the weather, and I just got like one of those little update things. An arrest warrant is now out for TV star Chris Hansen after he appeared to fail in a Michigan courtroom. There's a bench warrant out for him.
It'd be really ironic if he was trying to pick up, 13-year-old women.
Hansen failed to respond to a subpoena today in court to present records related to the Shaughnessy County sting operation that Hansen was involved back in October.
Does somebody sue him?
Yeah, I don't know. They don't go into
Weird.
actually what the charges are, but that's kind of funny, actually. Yeah, the temperature is going to be pretty nice for the show. That's going to be the one nice thing leading into it. All right, we're about a minute and a half out. How do you want to run first break for magical moments?
I figured since I'm not going to get, most of mine are, I have, wife and family related stuff. I figure we can kind of run down because there is the top 10 list from it. It was all from a survey. So figured you can hit those kind of generic ones, in as we're running down some of the list. We don't need to do all of it. And then I can do mine real quick. If you have a couple from the stream, I can close out with maybe Salsa Marks, take a break, and come back.
Sure thing. I will do. I'll go Charles and Tony on. I'll go Tony and Charles on this first break then.
Okay. Yeah, I won't spend too much time on the list because it's kind of, your basic stuff. I think getting into some of the a little bit more left of center ones is going to be more fun.
Oh, nice, Thomas. Wave to the venue for us.
Morning, Wanda. How's it going?
Thanks for joining us this morning.
What did you have yesterday? PT? How'd that go? Hopefully it went well. All right, be right back. Going to be taking your calls, comments, and texts. What's your most magical life moments? Marshall, one of mine involves you.
Aw,
throwing it out there. 800-394-1061. Don't forget to jump on the stream, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Like, follow, and subscribe. As always, listen to the show. Just download the app for free. Get us in your in-home smart speaker or check us out at rock1061.com. Now, a new survey asked people to name their most magical moments in a person's life. The top 10 was kind of your basic stuff. I mean, number one, hearing your kid's first words, getting married. I mean, for me, yes, getting married was magical, but there were so many people around. It's such a crazy, busy day that you really don't get to soak in the moment. At least I didn't.
Sure.
So for me, proposing to my wife was much more magical because it was just the two of us, and it was just kind of a moment for us. Where the wedding, sure, it's a moment for you.
It's for everyone else.
It's for everybody else, man. And the day just goes by so quick. I mean, typical stuff. Having a baby, yes, very magical when you have your kids. I totally get that. Buying your first home, passing your driving test, falling in love, all that stuff is good. But I really started thinking about this, and I came across a few that I just, don't think about anymore. But looking back, I would definitely say are magical moments in my life. Years and years and years ago, around the time I proposed to my wife, I had written a play and we produced it. So putting that on and leading up to it and finally seeing that happen was looking back now, just the highlight of my life. It was very, very cool. Obviously,
you essentially birthed a child who was just in play form.
I peaked early on.
Oh, yeah, I know this.
I've never written another one, so I shouldn't say that I have, but I've never written one like this ever since. But that moment was just really, really awesome. The first time I took a job where I moved out of Illinois, I specifically remember it was in Lincoln, Nebraska, and I remember crossing into Missouri and crossing the Mississippi. And I remember at that moment,
either of those states would make me cry too.
Didn't cry, but I remember crossing that and just kind of the feeling came over me because I never thought I'd leave Illinois. My family's from Illinois. My wife's family's from Illinois. Pretty much everybody still lives in Illinois,
which is insane because it's Illinois.
I know. So I thought I was going to be trapped there forever. So I remember crossing into Missouri and just feeling this feeling of euphoria because I was like, I'm out, I mean, I was back less than a year later, but I was out and I had this whole new opportunity in my life, and that was awesome. And then the last one that really stands out to me involves you. It's when the Cubs won the World Series.
Oh, yep.
Dude, that night itself was just epic. I was hosting bingo down at the Mellow Mushroom.
Oh, yeah.
When the game was on. So we started watching, at least, did you join me for that there?
Yeah, I was there drinking, taking shots.
So we started there. From there, we went to Rachel's in Georgetown.
Oh, yeah.
And then it went into the rain delay. So then we went to your house because I had to get up the next morning and fly to Illinois.
Right.
So we get to your house and watch the end of it. And I remember just hiding kind of behind your couch watching the game, and then it happened, and both you and I are like, "Oh my God, this is the best moment of our life!" Your wife's freaking out. I mean, she's a Sox fan, not a Cubs fan, but she was just into it because we were so happy. But yeah, I mean, that truly, I never thought in my lifetime the Cubs would win the World Series.
Yeah, and we stayed up till like 2 o'clock in the morning, and then we had to wake up at like 6 a.m. because you had to fly out in the morning. I never hated someone so much at that moment.
I was so hungover on that plane
I was
flight.
still drunk. I'm pretty sure I was still drunk.
You drove me to the airport.
Sorry.
Oh, dear Lord.
You lived.
That's true. All right, call, comment, and text 800-394-1061. What is your most magical life moment?
So Tony chimed in on the chat, said some parents would say the day their kids were born was magical. I'm going to say when they moved out was magical. So
I get that. 100%. Mine are ready to go. Not that we're excited that they're leaving. We're excited about the opportunity, our new lease on life.
You could also say that you're excited for their life moving into the next stage.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah,
that too.
But more about you.
More about me.
On the chat as well, Charles chimed in and goes, while I have time, here is my most magical moment. Miss Taylor and I in the judge's chamber in Phoenix City, Alabama. Woo! That's a sexy city. Holding hands, staring into each other's eyes, reciting our vows, and she says, will gladly marry me with all her love and infections. Whoops. That was a sleight of tongue. Or did she mean that on purpose?
Hopefully you got good insurance, man. That's all that matters. Salsa Mark hit us up with the text. Magical life moment. You guys probably think this is a little boring, but when they told me I could try and walk again after being confined in a wheelchair in a nursing home for 6 months.
Ugh.
Dude, not boring at all. That is amazing. 800-394-1061. What's your most magical life moment? We've got more of your stories coming up. Hit us up with a call. 800-394-1061. Latest from Greta Van Fleet. This is Heat Above. Rock 1061.
If we only run 2 breaks on this topic, we can bring up the Freedom Floats Parade.
Okay. Yeah.
I'll email you a link so you have it. That's weird. That looks different from the other website I looked at. There we go. So I'm emailing you this just so you have it.
Okay. So we kind of talked about it earlier this week. Horde meetup time.
Yeah, I think we're going to shoot for, what did we say, 6 o'clock?
I think so. Because that was right before filter. Correct?
Correct. Yeah. It's pretty much as soon as Sponge is done, we're going to meet at, there's like the VIP exit. There will be a sign right there. And I know a lot of the Horde is going to be in VIP, but what we'll do is there is right by the VIP exits, there is like this fake smoke stacky looking thing. You'll see it the moment you're on site. We'll meet right there, and then we will adjust from there on where we want to take our picture. But we'll do a big picture, and we'll post it up at the Cotter and Marsh Show Facebook page. We'll put it on Instagram and all of our social medias. We'll also have a bunch of pictures from the show from our pro photographer.
Yeah.
That's going to be there on Saturday. So we'll definitely do an appreciation post. We'll put that up some point on Sunday when we're alive. And you'll have to check out the pictures because we're really excited. I'm really excited just to check out how well they turn out.
Yeah.
Once again, we're talking about your magical life moments. If you have a magical life moment that you want to share with us, please drop it into the chat this morning.
So you want to do some of yours?
Yeah.
And then after you're done, I can run down Doc's and Cam's. And you can do some more off the chat.
Yep.
Then wrap up the break.
Yeah, I'll do Yeah, I'll do 2 off the stream, and that's where we'll end the one. Got a good one to end it.
Perfect. All right, guys, got about a minute, a little over. Come back.
I think a lot of people are in vacation mode already today. I can't wait to get into vacation mode. Wanda, that's a great one. Thank you for sharing. Wanda dropping in some magical moments for us.
Oh, yeah, that's awesome. All right, guys, be right back. We're taking your calls, comments, and texts today. 800-394-1061. What is your most magical life moment? Had a lot of good ones on Facebook and the chat. We'll get to those in a bit. But Marshall, what about you? What are some magic moments from your life?
I could say the very expected, the day I got engaged or when I got married, but whatever. They weren't as magical as these. Obviously, I'd bring up the Cubs championship, but we've already talked about that. How about just the Super Bowl run of the Chicago Bears in 2006?
Okay.
One of the most magical moments possibly ever in my sports watching career, was when Devin Hester ran back the opening kickoff of Super Bowl, whatever it was, when the Chicago Bears were taking on the Indianapolis Colts down in Miami. It was raining. Yeah. It was misting. He takes that ball and takes it all the way for a touchdown. Now, Rex Grossman is our quarterback, so we pretty much knew what was going to happen. But at that point, I'm like, we have to give the ball to Devin Hester. Yes. Every single chance we get, we lost that game by like 12 points. It was disgusting and embarrassing. But you know what? Just the beginning of that game and then just the run to get to the Super Bowl for the Chicago Bears that year was magical for me. Now, also, when I first got to Savannah, I was playing in a bunch of kickball leagues here. I won 2 championships. I'll tell you what, reaching the pinnacle in kickball league, I know. It's not like the thing you would expect. But those moments of winning the championships, utter jubilation when you absolutely win it, you get the medal, you take the team pick. Those are great magical moments in my life.
Those are good, man. We got a couple good ones from Doc on the Facebook page. My favorite 2 are tied for first. I would say the day Rob Flynn hugged me for my birthday, or the time we climbed into the caldera of an active erupting volcano and chartered a plane to fly into it. That is epic. He said he also got pictures and video on a card. Never upload them to a computer. It was a day he got arrested in front of Lemmy. That's amazing.
I'm proud of you.
Also, Cameron Cross, our buddy, he said, all right, number 1, marrying my wife. Number 2, if she's not listening to the show, this is my true number 1, getting a signed Ben Roethlisberger jersey.
He is a big-time Steelers fan. Got some more on the chat over here, Cotter. How about Melissa just right now chimed in and said, taking my son to his first rock show and watching him come alive.
That's awesome.
Yeah, watching your little ones kind of come unglued on their first rock show must be pretty great. How about Wanda? She said, my magical moment was when Tony took me to Disney/Universal, my first vacation ever, and I was 24.
That's crazy. That's awesome. That's a great story.
Thomas said, after staying in 9th grade for 3 years, I was sent to an alternative school where I was able to get my GED, and my high school let me walk at the graduation that year. He goes, it was a year earlier than I was supposed to be, but it was a magical day.
Oh, that's awesome.
One more, Cotter, and this is the best one. From Chuck, he said, pre-my wife days, the most magical moment was in the early 90s, watching the shift change at Cheetah's 3 in Atlanta. He goes, 50 smoke shows come parading out, long formal dresses dispersed throughout the venue, and then they got butt-ass naked when the music started. So what a magical moment that must have been for him.
Well played. Well played. All right, call, comment, and text with your magical moments, 800-394-1061. This is the Connor and Marshall Show, Rock 1061.
I'll be right back.
All right. All right. She just wanted to talk sweet because I'm home. That's good. Yeah, Melissa, that's a great one. I didn't get to go to my kid's first concert. I don't remember why I wasn't there, but my wife took them to see Weezer, and she said the same kind of thing, where it's just awesome to watch. All right, so commercials, get into some Smashing Pumpkins. 1979. Once again, we still got Kevin from Service. He's going to join us later on in the show, 9 o'clock hour, beer for breakfast. He's got a couple beers, Services. I believe they're out now, but we're going to try those. You can vote for Fire Away Friday, Puddle of Mud Spaceship, Filter Can't You Trip Like I Do, or Sponge Go Speed Racer. At the end of this hour, a list came out ranking all of the Marvel movies, including the new Black Widow movie, which comes out July 9th. We're going to power rank our favorites Marvel movies, so that will happen as well. So lots still to get to, man. Lots still to get to.
So Black Widow's out
the 9th.
Next Friday.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Is it extra hot in this room today? I feel really toasty. And you just shut before you even shut the door.
No, it felt fine to me. I shut the door because our boss is here, and he's slamming the door every 5 seconds.
Yeah, no, I heard
it's so loud, I can hear it on the mics, and it was bothering me. So,
Tony needs one of the hashtag a-hole shirts if y'all get them made. Fair enough.
We are going to get them made, hopefully. We have a deal with our friends over at Sun Graphics. They're a local company who does... they do everything. If you want koozies, if you want stuff you want pins or something, or if you want your vehicle completely wrapped, the guys over at Sun Graphics, hold on, let me get their full name. Southern Sun Graphics, excuse me. They're at 42 West Montgomery Crossroads. Make sure to support them because, well, they support us. They actually did our shirts for the 20th anniversary show tomorrow that you'll see us wearing. Really nice shirts. And once again, they do just about everything from promo items to wrapping your vehicles if you have a business or if you just want to show off. They can definitely help you out. Once again, Southern Sun Graphics. They're over on 42 West Montgomery Crossroad here in Savannah. Did you get my link for Freedom Floats Parade?
I did.
Okay.
Good to go.
And then David Moses, who does the Rising Tides events thing, actually messaged me yesterday to make sure I was still in. I confirmed it for the 4th time with him that I was. And I don't know if he ever got back to me. Where are you at, David Moses? Nope, never got back to me.
Yesterday, by the way, a birthday for one of our favorite places in town, The Rail, turned 26.
Huh.
Established July 1st, 1995. So The Rail, 26 years old.
I wonder if they own that building. Because a lot of your favorite bars always get pushed out near the end or whatever. And I wonder, it's a lot of times because they keep raising the rent.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, you've been there forever? Well, let's raise the rent another $1,000 or whatever it is.
I don't know. That's a good question. Because, it's like you've had... Boomies used to be Murphy's Law.
Okay.
So Murphy's and Boomies is great. Don't get me wrong, but Murphy's Law was there forever. Great bar.
Mm-hmm.
Then what's right next to it? What's the?
You're talking about Social
Club. That used to be B&D Billiards, I think. Not B&D like the restaurant, but B&D Billiards.
Okay.
So and the Rail's still hanging in there. And then of course you had places like Kevin Barry shut down. There was another one that I always forget about that just had to shut down recently too. And, so it's nice to see that we still have, the Rail hanging in there, a staple of Savannah.
The Jinx was...
Oh, the Jinx.
Was
that's
another
the
one that got shut down.
That's the Jinx. So, I mean, you've had recently in the past couple of years, a couple just, mainstays in Savannah have to shut down for reasons. And I believe Kevin Barry's was the exact reason you're talking about, just jacking up the rent, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so they opened up that new place. It's called the Fat Radish, which is kind of like it's a half a block away from the rail. I'm wondering how that place was.
Is that the same people?
I don't know if it's the same people or not. It's on the same block. So
okay.
There's the rail, then Boomies, and you kind of turn the corner there. And then there was that corner shop. I forget, it was some bar at some point. And it's shut down in less than a year. They've opened up this Fat Radish place.
Okay.
But it's all on that same block where Social Club, Lulu's, Rogue Water, and Fat Radish is there kind of on the corner of Martin Luther King and Congress.
Okay. Yeah, the rail, I mean, we've broadcast there a couple times for St. Patrick's Day.
Mm-hmm.
Kicked off St. Patrick's Day weekend with In for a Penny there, many years. So great place to head downtown.
So I booked a trip to Defusky because I've been out there once on a work trip.
Yeah.
But I haven't spent really any time out at Defusky since. So there's like a water taxi thing that you can get. And then I rented a golf cart. So I'm going to be hitting up Defusky on the 18th of the month. So it'll be like the weekend after I get back.
Okay.
But I'm going to go hit that up on a Sunday and see how crazy drunk I can get.
I like it.
Off those what was it called? Like brass pots or something?
I don't remember.
Whatever that.
Yeah, they have like a signature drink.
Yeah, whatever the signature drink is. I'm just going to hammer a couple of those, and then I'm going to jump on a golf cart. I looked up the rules of the golf cart, and they all seem pretty natural. One thing they do mention is drinking and doing it. They said you could fine you up to $100 if they... I think if you have like an open container. But I'm
just put a lid on it.
Yeah, I'm just going to check it out. Amanda says, first marrying my best friend. Oh, she's talking about magical moments. Second, birth of my son. Then sitting down and playing in the 2010 Women's World Series of Poker
That's
tournament.
Awesome.
And then having a training session with the Iceman Chuck Liddell and the Gracie brothers in Vegas. Awesome.
Damn.
That is something incredible.
That's great. Wanda, you should definitely check out the rail if you get a chance. I love that place. $5.40 ounce. Hang out in the courtyard area.
Amanda, we usually have every once in a while, I do these Texas Hold'em games at my house. Will you come in and wreck everyone?
Just kick everybody's ass.
But you have to just share your winnings with me. Just share just a little. Give me like 20%.
Just take all of
them. And I won't bring up the fact at all that you're sort of a pro.
Just take all of our money.
Yeah, Cotter usually shows up. You'll definitely win his money. It's pretty easy. I don't think Cotter's ever won poker.
I always, I usually make it to the last few and then just can't close the deal.
Mm-hmm. Story of your life, man.
I know. All right, we got about 2 minutes. We're going to talk this Freedom Floats event going down on the 4th of July. We did the St. Patrick's Day flotillas kind of like that, but with freedom.
With so much more freedom.
All the freedom.
Yeah.
So Marshall will be there doing his judging sort of thing.
I'm really good at judging things, guys. I really am. So yeah, I'm gonna do that on Sunday. I think it's from 3 to 5:30, so it's right down the waterfront. So it's just a good time to get out, especially if you don't want to mess around with being out on 4th of July night. Because truth of the matter is, you can watch fireworks anywhere. Yeah. I watched them from my driveway last night because they were going off from 9 to about 11.
Yeah, no, that's the one thing. I mean, with stuff, and I mean, Illinois, the bigger ones were technically illegal, but people, found a way to fire them off anyway.
Yeah, they just drove to Indiana, bought them.
Did that many times.
Yeah.
But here, with them being illegal, you get a lot more. So, yeah, there's always fireworks to watch. My dog loves it. But I get it. Fire away, man. Fire away.
Yeah, my dog ate a rawhide chew last night for a good hour because of people shooting off fireworks. He was big mad.
Yeah. All right, got about 30 seconds.
Lord.
All right, guys, be right back. Now, we know what you're doing tomorrow to kick off your 4th of July weekend. That's hanging with us, Trustee's Garden, for the 20th anniversary concert for Rock 106.1. But what about 4th of July itself? Why not start your day downtown? Freedom Floats Savannah. It is the July 4th boat parade. Now, we were a part of this back on St. Patrick's Day, so they're now doing it again for the 4th of July, and this is just kind of a cool, unique event.
Yeah, so once again, obviously with the Coco hitting us so hard over the last few months, we weren't able to go out and do traditional parades. Now we have an official boat parade happening. There's going to be over 40 vessels. This goes from 3 to 5:30 down on the waterfront downtown Savannah. So come on out, hang out. I'm going to be down there because I'm going to be one of the official judges.
Nice.
Because I'm great at judging things. So I'll be over there kind of hanging out and helping out as well. Great partners as well with our friends from Rising Tide Events. Connect Savannah. They're kind of a big deal. Planet Riverside District, that's where all the judging is going to be, so that's where I'll be at. And of course, they're doing a lot of great stuff for the community because you can actually vote for your favorite boat of the day, and then some of that money, when you do vote, is actually going to go to charity.
So if you want more details about the Freedom Float Savannah event on July 4th, go to risingtidestickets.com. Information is there. Now, a list of all the Marvel movies ranked from worst to best has come out, and it is it's an interesting one. There are some I agree with, and there are some I'm like, really? I don't think this list got some of this right. So we're going to run down this list, and then we're going to power rank our own Marvel movies so we can make sure we get it right. That's coming up after Tool. This is Sober. It's the Cotter and Marshall Show. Rock 106.1.
Good morning, Greg. Welcome to the show.
Good morning.
Yeah, so A-Dub got here this morning and then started slamming the door like 1,000 times, so that's why I shut the door. Sorry about that. I think he's mostly done.
For now.
Yeah, I think he just stopped by the radio station. He had the Bob vehicle for a second.
Okay. Have a good day, Thomas. Wanda, that's awesome. 16 months today. That is a wonderful thing. That's really cool.
Speaking of, I'm going to go see if he's still here because I need the keys from something and his credit card.
Okay, go do it. But no, that's awesome, Wanda. Very awesome. Talking Marvel movies, that's coming up next. Top of the 8 o'clock hour, Wheel of Florida. Going to get to Fire Away Friday. Trivia, of course, Beer for Breakfast. Kevin from Service is going to be stopping by. A-Dub saw how much money Marshall spent. I know, right? He's out. He's still here? Okay. Where's he headed to this morning?
The venue.
Just the venue, yeah.
Actually, I kept in budget, Greg. I'm surprised, too, if it means anything. I kept in budget for our writer stuff. That includes the coolers I had to buy. I bought $350 worth of igloo ice chests.
Damn. Did he take the Bob truck? Balls. Okay.
You got some stuff in there?
No, I was just hoping. Well, I guess I'll be down at the venue. I was hoping to use it to pick up Vinny. It's nicer than the engineering truck.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe I'll just swap out when we get there. All right, got under 3 minutes. Dive into this list put together about ranked Marvel movies.
Let's see. What the hell are y'all doing with all that stuff after the concert? I don't know exactly what stuff you're talking about.
The coolers and stuff?
Some of the bigger items, we have a storage unit. We'll go into storage. We have a bunch of product. When it comes to like Coke and Monster and stuff, I think they take that all back, whatever we don't use.
Anything that's not opened, yeah. Package-wise.
I don't know. We'll probably just have a bunch of drinks sitting here at the radio station. But a lot of stuff will just go into storage. A lot of the stuff that we've had to purchase. I mean, we haven't had to purchase a whole ton of like large physical items. We've rented quite a bit of stuff. So
I just want to see like Richard Patrick walking out of the venue with like all of the granola bar stuff down in every pocket he's got. They're mine, guys. They're mine.
Yeah, all the writer stuff. Like when it comes to like all the stuff I bought the bands. Honestly, my guess is that they'll be picked over, but lightly.
Yeah.
If anything. Some stuff will get thrown away. The rest of the stuff will just get brought back and dispersed between the employees, honestly.
Yeah.
I mean, I have everything from beef jerky to, Cliff Bars to everything. Just a lot of single items.
The green rooms, I will say, are really nice looking.
Yeah. I mean, the rooms themselves at the Trustees Gardens, I mean, they built that to be a facility where you can have really great events. And it just hasn't been used that way. Yeah. They've only had a couple concerts there.
But yeah, the green rooms look awesome. So I think, Sponge has been playing at a bunch of bars. This is going to be the best green room they've had in probably 2-3 years.
And they have the smallest green room out of all of them.
I know. And still nice.
We have a singular Dick coming in, Charles. So from Dick Broadcasting, I think Dick Harlow is going to be in town tomorrow at some point.
That's what I hear.
He's going to come check out the show for a little while.
We should have him introduce Puddle of Mud.
Right.
Ladies and gentlemen, Dick Harlow.
He's very long-winded. It'd be the longest. It'd be the longest concert intro of all time.
Put me to shame.
Oh yeah. I mean, he would be up there for 5 minutes. And he's a great public speaker too.
He's really good. Yeah.
But he's one of those guys that do the dramatic pauses. So he'd be like, well, "Let me tell you guys." And he looked down. This band. Pause. Is the band you're here to see today.
All right. Well, Dick Harlow, if by chance you're checking out the stream this morning, you, us, Puddle of Mud, it's happening.
Mm-hmm.
All right, be right back, guys. Going to be taking a look at this list that ranks all 24 Marvel movies from the MCU in a second. Going to power rank ours as well. First, don't forget, get on the stream. Join the Horde. Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. As always, like, follow, and subscribe while you're there. Now, Black Widow, latest movie from the MCU. First movie in over a year because of the pandemic. Coming out July 9th in theaters. And if you want to pay extra, I believe it's $30. You can get it on Disney+. So TheWrap.com decided to rank all 24 Marvel MCU movies from worst to best. And I believe Black Widow is included on this list.
Yep.
I don't know, man. I just think some of this is garbage. The way they ranked it. I mean, Ant-Man, I know it's not the best Marvel movie, but next to last when it comes to worst. And then you put, Thor Dark World above it? How is Thor Dark World not the worst movie on this list?
I don't know. I mean, The Incredible Hulk isn't very good either.
No, I agree. But, I mean, to me, Thor Dark World was just a hunk of crap.
It wasn't very good, but also Ant-Man wasn't that great either.
But I enjoyed Ant-Man. I will never watch Thor Dark World ever again.
Will you watch Ant-Man again, though?
I would. Okay. Would I go out of my way? No. If it came on, I'd watch it.
No.
Yeah, I would, but I'm not sitting through Dark World.
Yeah, this list, honestly, it doesn't seem too far off from the realm of possibility when it comes to it. Now, they're very high on the Spider-Man films. So first and foremost, Spider-Man Far From Home, the second one, came in at number 10 overall out of the 24 total movies that have been released in the MCU. Now, once again, this is for movies only, not including the TV shows.
Correct.
And then Spider-Man Homecoming comes in at number 5. But do you want to break out like the top 5 right here?
Yeah.
Or top 10?
Yeah, let's do top 10 real quick. So like you said, Spider-Man Far From Home came in at number 10, which I agree, those two Spider-Man movies are a couple of my favorites. I mean, I really think Tom Holland did a great job.
Yeah.
I think those movies are a lot of fun. Now, coming in at number 9, I'm disappointed with this placement. I think it should be higher. Thor Ragnarok.
Yeah, it would be Thor 3. That film was so much fun in the MCU.
Yes.
Taika Waititi, who is the director of that, and then an upcoming Thor Love and Thunder, which is supposed to come out late next year. That film is excellent. Yeah, I agree. It should be maybe a few higher, but not too far. I mean, they pretty much nailed that one.
All right, number 8, Captain America Civil War.
Yeah, I didn't care for that one.
Really?
It was okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like there was a couple other films that were a little bit better than that one.
All right, number 7, the movie, I guess Hulk was technically the first one, but we'll say Iron Man officially kind of started it. That is coming in at number 7. It could be higher. I don't know. That one, I'm okay with that placement.
No, Iron Man, I thought was one of the best movies from the MCU. Still to this day, Jon Favreau, who is doing all the Star Wars stuff now on the TV side of Disney Plus. He did an incredible job with that film. Number 6, Black Panther, another great film in the MCU. When saw that in the theater, I was by myself. My wife and I it was a screening just for us.
Right.
That comes in at number 6.
That could be higher. I mean, to me, I remember watching that going, that was kind of a game changer for me movie-wise. I just thought it was so unique, so different. It didn't, my biggest complaints with some of the MCU movies is that they all kind of feel the same. They come in, they destroy a town, and there's no consequences. And with Black Panther, it felt different and fresh. It really stood out to me. I thought it was a great movie.
Yeah, and Michael B. Jordan, Amy, he does a great job playing Killmonger there. Number 5, Spider-Man Homecoming, film we mentioned before. Spider-Man films, they are some of the best in the MCU. And of course, I think we're not too far away from seeing a new trailer for the final Spider-Man, or the final in this trilogy of Spider-Man films. I guess it's supposed to be coming out in December of this year.
I'm ready.
So, yeah, we should be seeing a trailer soon.
All right, number 4 is Doctor Strange. I know a lot of people love this movie. I don't hate it, but I don't think it would make my top 10.
No, I don't think so either, but I love the visuals of the film. And then the new one, Doctor Strange, the Multiverse of Madness, it's being directed by one of my favorite directors, Sam Raimi, who did the Evil Dead trilogy and did the original Spider-Man trilogy. So super excited to see that. But Doctor Strange coming number 4, that's a bit too high.
Number 3, Guardians of the Galaxy. I was surprised to see it this high on the list, but I remember watching it for the first time. It kind of like the Black Panther thing where it just felt different. This was such a unique entry into the MCU. If they could take characters that I knew absolutely nothing about, even from the comic book side of things, if I understand it, it's not like they were ever a mainstreamy type of group, and they turn them into this cultural phenomenon that became Guardians of the Galaxy. I don't know, maybe 3 is where it needs to be.
Yeah, it's pretty much right on. Number 2, probably one of my top 3 favorite films from the MCU, Captain America, the Winter Soldier. The introduction of Bucky Barnes as the Winter Soldier. That film was awesome. Love to see it. Just incredible film overall. 2014.
I was kind of surprised to see the number 1 spot because I thought it would be Winter Soldier for this list. The Avengers, the first full-on Avengers movie. Good. I don't know if it's number 1 though.
I thought it would be actually flip-flop with Avengers Endgame, but Avengers Endgame is sitting just outside of the top 10 on this list.
Crazy to me how low that is. So we're gonna power rank our own movies from the MCU. We're doing that next. Cotter and Marshall, Rock 106.1.
So Black Widow does make this list, guys. Comes in at number 13 out of the 24 films. So it's kind of right there, right in the middle. So.
I'm happy to see it there because it's like any higher, and I think my expectations would be too much. Any lower, and you're like, oh, that's gonna suck. So I think it's in a good spot there, especially since it's so new. I mean, how do you really put it in a true spot? When it's such a new entry into it, and all the other movies had time to kind of grow on. You've watched them a few times, so I think it's a good spot for it.
Do we have any, and I don't know if you know this or not, is there any sort of time constraints with the interviews that we have tomorrow?
It sounds like, so they asked how long, we wanted with Richard, and I'm like, at least 10, 15 minutes, and they said cool, so I don't know. And Billy, when I talked to her after she talked to Wes, and she's like, he just kept talking. I mean, I think she did like an hour-long Zoom with him, so probably just depends on the mood and when in the sound check he comes in. If his duties are done and then he just has time, it's probably won't be much of a rush.
Okay, good.
And then, like I said, I'll hopefully get with Vinny today and find out when we can do his. I mean, their sound check for Sponge isn't until 4, so.
Yeah, so it's going to be like 10, 11, and then
possibly a little later. Yeah. I mean, we can hop on. I think you talked about hopping on at noon or whatever, the live stream too, just to kind of be like, hey, gates are open.
Yeah, I think we live stream from 12 to 12:30, just the two of us. And we could talk about the show, things people need to know. Obviously, we'll probably address weather at that point because, we'll have a much clearer picture when it comes to good old Savannah weather at that point. Oh, look at that. I got an email on my duties on Sunday. Duties. Yeah, I think we'll have a much clearer picture when it comes to, the whole good old rain stuff that's going to happen tomorrow or not.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we'll probably get a little rain, but it doesn't look like it's going to be anything that will, worry about the show at all. So I think we'll be all right.
Charles dropped in his Marvel rankings. 2, any movie that has Korg in it. They nailed his character. 1, any movie that has Black Widow in tight black pants. Nailed it, dude. All right, guys, if you actually, you know what? If you want to share your top 3, power rank your top 3 Marvel films, feel free to drop it into the chat. Charles, thanks for starting that off for us this morning.
All right, after commercials, we got brand new Rise Against, Nowhere Generation. And then we'll get into our power rankings. And then after 8 o'clock, Wheel of Florida. Got 3 stories today. You can still vote for Fire Away Friday, Puddle of Mud, Spaceship, Filter, Can't You Trip Like I Do, or Sponge. I believe right now Puddle of Mud is winning. We did this. We did the same bands last week, and I think Puddle of Mud won there as well. So, if you want to vote, feel free.
Speaking of films that are getting terrible reviews, so everyone seemed to be really high on The Tomorrow War, which was the new Amazon Prime movie featuring Chris Pratt. It officially came out today.
Okay, I don't think I've heard of that one.
Yeah, so it's pretty much about how aliens have invaded the future and how people from the past have to then go to the future to fight these aliens because the human race was essentially damn near extinct.
So like a reverse Terminator, but with aliens.
Sure.
Okay.
So it is utterly getting bombed. It looked bad. It looked bad when I saw the trailer. I'm like, this looks terrible. It looks like they showed me the entire movie. It is getting bombed. I think IGN gave it a 3 out of 10.
Oh, damn.
Said that Chris Pratt on at least this one was miscast, which is hard to believe.
Wow.
Chris Pratt can do just about everything. Let's see. There's currently 2 reviews that people are that Google's recommending. IGN giving it a 3 out of 10. IMDb gives it a 7 out of 10.
Metacritic is 45%. Just the headline for CNET. The Tomorrow War review, Chris Pratt's silly sci-fi flick is a good time, but a long time.
It's 2 hours and 20 minutes.
Ugh.
Currently, it's 56% on the tomato meter, 81% on the audience score.
Okay.
But that will definitely shift as it just came out today.
Okay. See, yeah, 2 hours. It was like the zombie movie, the Zack Snyder movie. If that movie was half an hour, 45 minutes shorter, I think it's a good flick. You know, it was just too long.
Yeah, definitely didn't need the Snyder cut of that.
No.
We could have gone with the regular cut. Let's see. Chris Pratt is no Tom Cruise. Without the wisecracking and cheeky grins, he seems at a loss as to what to do with his face. That's a review about the new Tomorrow War movie.
That's awesome.
It doesn't work much as an escapist film either. Every time a set piece that you are mildly enjoying, something happens that spoils your immersion, be it a nonsensical sacrifice by a character or a line of dialogue that appears out of place.
Awesome.
At 140 minutes, the film may take up a lot of your time, but it's not worth any of it.
That's a great review.
It exists basically as something mostly predictable and wholly generic. The Tomorrow War doesn't feel like one big epic. Rather, 3 movies mashed into one. So many promising ideas crammed into a single film that never gives any of them room to breathe. After sitting through 2+ hours, the final act is utter nonsense and a complete letdown.
Damn.
The befuddling look on Chris Pratt's face in the opening shot of The Tomorrow War is an accurate reflection of how viewers may feel. Oh, that was written by my friend Josh Bell.
Oh, really?
So Josh Bell is a buddy of mine from Vegas. He's a Las Vegas critic, and he's based out of Vegas. And I have hung out with him a bunch of times, and we would chat up movies all the time. It's so funny that that his review popped up there. He works for who is he working for now? CBR, is that like comic book reviews? CBR? Possibly. Josh is a pretty harsh critic when it comes to stuff
is
too.
he?
Yeah,
I mean, fairly harsh or snobby harsh?
He's fairly
Okay.
harsh, yeah, when it comes to stuff. Yeah, he doesn't shit on things to shit on things, but he's...
Because I find, I mean, it's like there's some critics that are just snobby for the sake of snobby. And I'm like, shut up.
I feel like I'm honestly fairly forgiving when it comes to film, just because I love the premise of it. I love the idea of just film in general.
Yeah.
The escapism of it. But yeah, he's definitely a little bit more harsh than I am.
Yeah.
All right, so MK Ultra here says, breaking down his MCU top 3. First, Ant-Man.
There you go, man. I'm telling you, Ant-Man does not deserve to be so low on that bigger list.
Guardians of the Galaxy 1 and Thor Ragnarok.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just surprised the latest 2 Avenger films didn't even crack the top 10.
Way higher.
I mean, you could easily take out one of the Spider-Mans and one of the... and probably, I don't know, Doctor Strange out of the top 10 and put both those Avengers films in. Yeah,
I would probably take out the second Spider-Man movie. I'd take out Doctor Strange. Yeah, I would definitely. I mean, at least Endgame. And probably Infinity. Yeah, I don't know. The rest of them seem about right. I mean, the Age of Ultron seems a little higher than it deserves to be, but then you look at what's below it and you're like, okay, maybe not.
Age of Ultron was not good, man.
No, it was horrible. But I mean, Iron Man 3. Now, I mean, I'm surprised Captain America: First Avenger is so low. I really liked that one. I thought that was a fun movie.
It's all right.
All right, got about 30 seconds.
Dennis, that's awesome. Bringing the kid to his first show. Nice.
That's great. All right, guys, be right back. Black Widow, latest movie from the MCU, is coming out July 9th. It's going to be on the big screen. Also, for an extra $30, you can get it on Disney+. So, TheWrap.com ranked all 24 Marvel Cinematic Universe movies from best to worst. The Avengers coming in at number 1. Black Widow, that new movie on the list at 13. So, basically, right smack dab in the middle.
Yeah.
But now I think we need to power rank the Marvel movies, how we see them, because I disagree with several choices on this list. So I'm really interested to hear what we have to say about this when it comes to power ranking the MCU movies. So Marshall, if you want, go ahead and go first.
Man, I'm gonna have to go. Ooh, this is difficult. I have to steal this one from you before you take it. Number 3 on my power ranking of all time MCU films. I'm gonna have to give it to Thor Ragnarok. It was so weird, bright colors, techno-y music, another world, the Hulk shows up. I mean, this film was just weird and different. Oh, yeah, also Asgard gets destroyed.
Yeah.
Like, so much stuff happens in this film from front to back. Thor loses an eye.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert, came out 4 years ago at this point. One of my favorite films from the MCU of all time. So it comes in at number 3 on my power rankings.
It's a fantastic choice because they go from one of the worst movies in the MCU to one of the best.
Yeah.
Taika Waititi, I mean, basically gave the Thor character new life in this movie. And you're going to get more Thor now. I think a lot of it because of how well this movie was received. So great choice. Number 3 for me, I said it, man. It's one of my favorites. Spider-Man: Far From Home. I'm sorry, Homecoming. Far From Home. Homecoming, the first one. The first one.
That's it.
So it was great to see Michael Keaton back in kind of like he was the villain, but great to see him back in a superhero type movie. I think Tom Holland is about as perfectly cast for this character. In my opinion, best Spider-Man. Better than Tobey Maguire. Sorry. The best actor to play Spider-Man. I thought this movie was so much fun, and it's easily making number 3.
Toby's the OG, man. How dare you?
The third Spider-Man movie with him killed everything for me.
All right, that's not his fault. He was just he was working with the source material, all right, man?
So bad.
The second Spider-Man film from the original trilogy is still probably the best superhero movie of all time.
I agree.
That's another conversation for another day. Coming in number 2 on my power ranking, Marshall's MCU power rankings, I've got to choose. I've got to choose Guardians of the Galaxy.
Okay.
I mean, it was such a huge departure at that time in 2014 away from the MCU. I mean, just complete space adventure with just a bunch of jerks overall just jerks. They stole a dude's leg. I mean, just all sorts of ridiculousness. Yeah. There was a talking raccoon. I mean, Guardians of the Galaxy was so much fun, especially with that first movie. It comes in at number 2 on my power rankings at MCU.
Yeah, I love that movie. I said it earlier. It's like to be able to take characters you basically know nothing about. I mean, third stringers in the comic books, and to make them some of the most loved in the MCU is just impressive.
We are Groot.
Yeah, number 2 on my list, Avengers Endgame.
Ooh, damn it. I wanted that one.
It's a long movie, and I mean, maybe could be shorter, but you know what? You sit through the entire thing, and if nothing else, that they were able to take all of these movies that they had strung together, you know, with the movies, with the end scenes, with all of that stuff, and were able to wrap up this whole massive story within that movie. It was just brilliantly done. It shows that long-term storytelling, if planned out, can work, and Marvel did it masterfully with this movie. So good.
Yeah, I mean, an 11-year stretch, they kind of all worked towards the Endgame. Now, Endgame was going to be my number 1 choice if you didn't choose it. So I'm going to have to go to the way back time machine there. I'm going to have to go back 2014 once again, the same year Guardians of the Galaxy came out. I'm going to have to choose Captain America and the Winter Soldier. That movie for me, I love Captain America as a character himself. Chris Evans, who plays Steve Rogers in that film, he's so great at that character. It's sad to see that he's not going to play him anymore, but the immersion or the ascension of Bucky Barnes into the crazy psycho killer that was the Winter Soldier, and them fighting throughout the entire film, to see Steve Rogers have a match, that was so much fun to see on screen. Black Widow was in there, and of course that's always great to see on the movie screen. So yeah, Captain America the Winter Soldier, number 1 on my MCU rankings.
Number 1 for me, I'm going Black Panther. Like I said earlier, it was just such a different movie-going experience. Chadwick Boseman, I mean, R.I.P., gone way too soon. I was really, interested to see what he did with the character, especially after watching that first movie. But it was such a cool movie to see. I mean, it's the only MCU movie to be nominated for Best Picture when it comes to the Oscars,
right.
And it deserved that nomination. Such a good movie, and it's one I can just go back to, continually watch. Just really, really good stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's a great choice as well. I mean, Black Panther, once again, I think I had a private screening at the movie theater right around the radio station here, but that is definitely one of the better pictures in the MCU.
All right, coming up top of the 8 o'clock hour, we are going to get to Wheel of Florida. It's coming up. Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 106.1.
Greg, I love your picks. Cotter loves them too because you picked he picked 2 of yours. Greg chose Black Panther, Endgame, and Guardians.
Oh, nice.
He goes, I don't know, I'm flexible.
Relax in the stream. I'm going to apologize to you now because when we're up on stage entering you guys for the show, I will probably F up your name and say Lilac.
I think you should, when it comes
apologize.
When it comes to saying their name, just drop the mic.
Yeah. I'm so going to mess it up, guys. I apologize now. Yeah. So sorry.
Andrew, good morning, sir. Yeah, so for any Horde members that are on the stream today, 6 p.m. tomorrow, we're going to meet at the VIP exit, which is just to the right of the stage. Once again, if you're looking at the stage, to the right of the stage, you'll see like this smokestacky looking thing, and there's a sign that says VIP exit. That is going to want to be where you want to go for tomorrow. At 6 p.m., we'll get together and we'll take a big old picture and hang out for a minute. Perfecto. So obviously a lot going on this weekend. You're going to hear a lot of fireworks no matter where you're at.
Yeah.
Now, Tybee, I think, what is it? Tybee is doing their fireworks on Saturday.
Are they?
I believe so.
Okay.
I think Tybee's fireworks are on Saturday. Richmond Hill and the city of Savannah are both on Sunday.
See, according to visittybeeisland.com.
Do I have it wrong?
Because I want to say they had moved them actually to the 4th, but I just want to double check.
I was talking to our buddy Charles last night, and he was telling me that the Tybee Island fireworks were actually on the 3rd.
They typically did them on the 3rd. Here it says July 4th.
Yeah, it does, I guess.
Yeah, but typically they had done them on the 3rd. I've never actually gone out there for fireworks because that line of cars coming home. So we have friends that live on the marsh, kind of overlooking, 80 coming from Tybee. And we would go to their house on the 3rd to watch fireworks, from the beach. The line of cars coming back after they were done is just utterly stupid.
Yeah, I went out to Tybee once, and I think I got up within a half an hour. It wasn't that bad.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, going out to Tybee and watching fireworks, I mean, just sitting on the beach is pretty freaking cool because they shoot them right off from the pier there.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah, so it looks like Richmond Hill, Tybee Island, and City of Savannah are all shooting their fireworks off. Downtown Savannah are all shooting their fireworks off on the 4th of July. And then, of course, all of your neighbors will be shooting them off right about right now. From now until next Tuesday, you'll be hearing fireworks. Anyone been to that Phantom Fireworks by the Savannah Mall? Yes, I have. I've been there, and I actually bought a bunch of stuff a couple years ago. But, yeah, it's worth checking out for sure, man. I mean, I think it's cooler, and it's a better experience than going to buy them at, like, those fireworks shacks.
Yeah.
I've been to the South Carolina fireworks stores, the ones that are just across the state line off the 95. Those are worth going to. Those places have the most ridiculous selections.
Yeah,
it's really cool. They have TVs in their places too, where it has like a constant rotation of what's on the floor. So it's like, the big Widowmaker. If you want to see what that looks like, they actually have video of it that they have like playing on the screens of all their like giant box fireworks.
We in Illinois, are they still illegal in Illinois? They changed that at all?
I think they're still illegal.
Okay, yeah, they're illegal. So Indiana, I mean, literally across the state line where they were legal, the fireworks stores will start popping up billboards in Illinois in June, so you can know to go over to Indiana. We did that several years. The first time I did it, you got to show an ID, you got to be of age. So the fact that we were from out of state, we had to sign something basically waiving them from any liability. We had to say we were out of state. I mean, it was a deal. And I half expected there just to be cops sitting on the other side of the Illinois-Indiana border to start pulling people over.
In Illinois, most fireworks are illegal under the Pyrotechnic Use Act, but you can use things like sparklers, snake, and glowworm pellets, and party poppers. Lame.
That's no fun.
Yeah. People also ask, is Illinois going to legalize fireworks? There are no kinds of fireworks that are legal in Illinois, and they don't plan on making anything legal.
You know what, though? I'll take the fact that they legalized weed over the fact that we have legalized fireworks. I'll take weed over fireworks.
It's one thing to be like, make fireworks illegal, like in the desert. I get it. Things are dry, could start a fire.
Yeah.
Like Illinois, it's wet constantly. Sorry, Mac. It's always very moist there. I think you're okay. All right, guys, halfway done with the show today. Do not miss 1 hour from now. Excuse me, I was going to say Ryan. Kevin from Service Brewing Company is going to be swinging in with a couple new beers that Service has on tap, at least to my knowledge. And you can go check out this weekend. Yeah, I've got a hard-hitting question for Ryan. Obviously did a little bit of research last night in regards to Kevin coming in. And it may break us. It may ruin our relationship forever.
I mean, like I said, at least let us drink the beer first.
No, man. I've got to get it out of the way at the beginning, or it's going to kill me. So
fine. Ruin it for everybody. All right, coming up after the top of the hour, I'm going to get to some Sublime Santeria. Then we'll get into Wheel of Florida. Then we'll talk concert. And line up Fire Away Friday. Still got a chance to vote. I'm putting my vote now down for Sponge. I'm officially voting for Sponge.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
I will leave my vote to the very end to see if I can make a swing vote situation.
That's fair. It's a good call.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever bought fireworks from like a straight up stand in like a parking lot before. I've went to the South Carolina stores, and I've been to Phantom Fireworks over here when they opened it up in by the Savannah Mall.
Yeah, we did a remote at a fireworks store.
Yeah, it was like one of those pop-up fireworks stores.
Yeah. We did one there, and I bought some stuff from there. That was about it. That was the one that had some of those that just kind of looked like butt plugs. I remember taking a picture going, that's interesting.
Don't judge people, man.
Hey, do you.
That firework will.
Take care of business. All right, got about 2.5 minutes. We'll jump into Wheel of Florida. 3 stories today. I think they're 3 pretty solid stories.
On a side note, if you are looking to not leave your house this weekend, which honestly some people don't, there is some stuff that you guys can definitely check out. New breaking stuff. There is a new R.L. Stine. Remember R.L. Stine?
Oh, yeah.
Wrote those
Goosebumps?
the horror films.
My kids love the Goosebumps series.
Yeah, so there is going to be 3 movies. It's a trilogy. They're going to release a movie every week on Netflix. It's called Fear Street, and it kind of goes over 3 different time periods, and it's kind of a connected of horror story. And the first film is actually getting really good ratings, so you can actually check that out on Netflix. There's The Tomorrow War, which obviously we read some of your reviews, or read some of the reviews, sorry. But that's on Amazon Prime if you want to check that out. And the newest episode of Loki is also out, that came out on Wednesday this week. I haven't got a chance to watch it yet. I heard it's not the best episode of the series. Episode 3 was kind of the high mark at this point. But obviously you have that to watch as well. Obviously, you got, I think, what is it? 1 NBA series is still going on. The Suns have already made it to the NBA Finals. Just waiting to see who's going to win between the Atlanta Hawks and the Milwaukee Bucks. The Bucks won last night, so they're up 3-2.
The R.L. Stine movies, kids? Are they geared toward kids, or are they just...
That's a really good question. I don't know. I mean, it's R.L. Stine, so you'd imagine it would be. It says technically it's rated R.
Oh, wow.
So there you go.
Okay. I'm more interested all of a sudden.
Yeah, so the first one's called Fear Street Part 1, 1994. So it happens in 3 different years.
That's cool. That's a good idea.
They do one like the 1800s. And Yeah, so.
Oh, that's cool.
I mean, it's currently getting really good ratings, 7.3 out of 10.
Okay.
So.
All right, guys, be right back. Never pretend to be a police officer and then actually decide to pull people over. Got that story and others coming up in Wheel of Florida. First, don't forget, hop on that stream, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. You can like, follow, and subscribe. We live stream the show each and every day. You can watch along. You can also listen to the show. Just download the Rock 1061 app for free. Get us on your in-home smart speaker. Check us out at rock1061.com. Marshall, it's been a minute, but it's time to get back into it. Wheel of Florida! All right, basically got 3 different stupid criminal stories. Marshall, you've got the Wheel of Florida. I'm going to read the story. We'll spin the wheel and see if the wheel can correctly guess as to if the story took place in Florida or not.
Usually the wheel hits about, I would say 70% at this point. The wheel is very knowledgeable whether stories are coming from Florida or not.
All right, here we go. Story number 1. A cop recently saw a car roll through a stoplight, pulled it over. But the guy behind the wheel wanted to pull it over, but the guy behind the wheel didn't stop right away.
Okay.
Turned out he was drunk, so he got his passenger to switch seats with him.
Classic move.
The police report said they started to slow down but didn't stop, and the cop could clearly see them swapping seats. Kind of a dumb thing to do, especially because the passenger was also drunk.
No, but they're less drunk, so it's better.
Both of them had bloodshot eyes and failed a breathalyzer. He was 3 times the legal limit. She had twice the legal limit, so less drunk.
Yeah, she was less drunk,
but still very drunk.
She was drunk confident. She's like, "No, I got this. I can do it."
And because the car was in motion while they switched seats, they both got arrested for drunk driving.
Yes.
It's not clear how many DUIs she's had. The guy, this is his 4th in 10 years. So this one is a felony.
Ooh, that's jail time, right?
That's not good.
Oh, man. All right. Well, let's go ahead and spin this Wheel of Florida and see what we get. Really? Okay, wheel. I don't think we're starting off well here. This says No, Florida. Not what?
Minneapolis.
The wheel is on, baby. The wheel is hot.
Minneapolis is where this story took place. Yeah.
Crazy.
The wheel is 1 for 1 so far. Story number 2. This is the one we kind of teased about the pretend cop. 27-year-old Vincent Marks likes to pretend to be a cop. And earlier this month, he decided to pull someone over. Now, his car has flashing lights, so the driver assumed it was a real cop, pulled into a parking lot. Then Vincent used his own car to block the guy in.
Okay.
So he whipped out a fake badge, acted like a police officer, but turned out he pulled over the wrong person because the driver he pulled over was an actual cop.
Oh, no.
Who was off duty. The guy recognized Vincent because they've had a run-in before. He was involved in some sort of domestic dispute earlier this year. So it sounds like he took off when the real cop recognized him. It happened on June 10th. They tracked him down on Monday. He's now facing charges for impersonating an officer.
June 10th. He was on the run for a month?
And he was on the run for a minute. Yeah.
Oh, good for Can you imagine? Vinny? Oh, no.
Gotta go. All right. So did this take place in Florida or not? Is the wheel ready?
The wheel is ready. Let's spin it. So I questioned the wheel's first choice,
right?
But now I was wrong,
right?
I questioned once again. This says no Florida.
Whoa! It took place near Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
I mean, the wheel is NBA Jam hot right now. I mean, it's going to go 3 for 3. So let's go ahead. And what's our next story?
All right, here we go. Have you ever been speeding down the highway?
Yes.
You see the cop car, and then you're like, whew. Didn't pull me over, lucky break.
Literally every day.
Every time. Well, have you ever considered getting home and actually then calling the station and go, why didn't you pull me over?
No,
never. Well, a 62-year-old man did something similar. He called 911 last Thursday and asked why he wasn't arrested. He said his house was raided, that he had some meth, and that he was not hauled off to the station. He was amazed, shocked.
He was 62 years old. He's smoking meth?
I guess.
Good for him.
The thing is, the cops never raided his house. They didn't even plan to. He was apparently imagining the whole thing while high on his meth.
Oh, no.
So that put the guy on the sheriff's radar. They went to check him out, found him driving down the road, pulled him over. He failed sobriety test and told cops he used meth that day and did some the day before as well and was still completely high. And they got arrested.
Good for this guy. I mean, first and foremost, for being very truthful.
Right?
Honesty is the best. Wait for it. We learn in school. Policy. So good for this guy. Let's go ahead and spin the wheel. See if the wheel can go 3 for 3 today. No way. The wheel says no Florida again. Oh my God!
Seriously, it happened in Wyoming.
Wyoming?
Dude, had nothing better to do. Smoke meth.
Smoke some meth in Wyoming. The wheel is in fuego.
Yes.
Absolutely in fuego. I did not expect this. Wheel, great. High five, wheel.
All right, the wheel goes 3 for 3 today in Wheel of Florida. All right, coming up next, we're talking 20th anniversary show. It goes down tomorrow. Also setting up Fire Away Friday, your chance to pick one of 3 songs that will play a little bit later on in the hour. Cotter and Marshall Show. This is a day to remember and everything we need. Rock 106.1.
Greg says we need to use this wheel to pick some lottery numbers. Seriously, dude, that wheel was insane.
Yeah, I didn't. Because I'm like, you know what? No Floridas today. We'll see what happens. Wheel new.
I can't believe with 3 for 3. That's never. The wheel has never picked it 100% correct. That's the first time ever.
That's impressive.
Super impressive.
Got a really smart wheel.
The wheel is on fire, Cam. In fuego. In fuego. Incredible stuff from the wheel today. All right, guys, coming up next, as Cotter said, we're going to do some Fire Away Friday stuff, talk about the concert. Then we got Are You Smarter Than a Community College Dropout Trivia?
And then Kevin Ryan from Service going to be in studio. Kevin's a really cool guy if you haven't met him. It's like, You go to the breweries and, a lot of like the owners, I mean, they're there a lot of the time. Kevin is there all the time. I don't think I've ever gone to Service and not seen Kevin.
Yeah. I mean, when you think to yourself, man, I work all the time. No, you don't. Kevin does.
That dude works all the time.
He's always on his property. He's always working there at Service Brewing Company on Indian Street. So
yeah,
the man is always working. Do you have, I have the hours and stuff. Do you want like any of the intangibles, like the address or anything? You need any of that?
I can get that.
All right.
So I will say, and I mean, it's not, Service's fault because now that area on Indian Street is built up so much. Indian Street was my go-to secret parking spot.
Oh, yeah. You showed it to me right when I first got here.
Whenever I wanted to go downtown. I mean, I learned about it 12 years ago at my first St. Patrick's Day. They're like, I'm like, where do you park? And they're like, you go to Indian Street because it's free parking and it's walking distance to everything. And there was nothing back there at that time.
Right.
So it was just like, it was free for all and you just always found a spot. Then Service came, then people found it, and SCAD bought a couple buildings down there.
Ghost Coast is there.
Ghost Coast. There's now hotels. I mean, unfortunately now for Service, it's tough to find a parking spot around that building.
Yeah, and like the post office says not to park in their parking lot, like on the weekend.
Always makes me nervous.
But they don't enforce it at all. You could totally park in the parking lot there.
The first time I did it, I'd get freaking towed. Yeah. All right, guys, got about 25 seconds.
Mostly concert here, then you're gonna fire away on the back end.
Tease the songs and
cool. Are you playing clips or are we?
No.
Okay.
No. All right, guys. Be right back.
Connor and Marshall, Rock 106.1.
Good morning. Thank you for hanging out on air and on the stream. Of course, tomorrow is the big 20th anniversary show. We've teamed up with Connect Savannah. It goes down at Trustee's Garden. We got Puddle of Mud, Filter, Sponge, Lilac, and Whaleboat. Doors open up at noon. Show kicks off at 2. Whaleboat will be the first band you hear. Got to see them last Saturday. Great band. Yeah, great way to start the show.
Yeah, we were at the Explore Broughton Street event downtown. Had such a great time there. And Whaleboat was one of the bands there, and they slayed. So I can't wait to see them in front of thousands of people and just absolutely killing it. So there's a few things I want to make sure everyone knows when it comes to the show, because we've had some questions. Obviously, parking is probably the number one question.
Yeah.
Obviously, the venue is right behind the Pirates House. It's an amphitheater, outdoor amphitheater. It's a rain or shine event. Parking, obviously, may be a challenge for you guys. Here's what we suggest. Obviously, there is street parking, and there's tons of spots around the venue itself. You can Uber in, which is probably going to be your easiest choice. And obviously, there's parking garages downtown. So highly recommend you get down there as early as you want to be and just take your time, find your spot, and make sure that you get a parking spot that works for you. But as always, Uber always works and is the best choice for everyone.
If you spend any time downtown Savannah, parking is always the thing. So just be smart, give yourself plenty of time. It'll be good. Bars are cash only for general admission. So just bring lots of cash. We'll have some ATMs on site for you to get money. They'll be loaded and ready to go.
Oh, yeah.
And it's just going to be very cool. No chairs, no coolers, no outside food or anything like that. We got you covered. 8 food trucks? 8 food trucks.
Molly McPherson's is there. Ooh, I was talking to Jim from Molly McPherson's yesterday.
Yeah.
Doing fish and chips, doing some lobster mac and cheese. He's bringing the goodness tomorrow. And obviously, we do have liquor, wine, beer. We have all the goodness for you guys as well out in the field. Plus, tons of great vendors that are going to be there. We have the Barbers in Low Country.
Yeah.
You can get a haircut there. Like in front of everyone, get your beard trimmed up.
That's awesome.
If you're lacking the hair on top, Gibby, just saying, you could definitely get yourself even sexier than you already are just by showing up to our show.
And you've also got to buy your tickets online. Even day of show, etix.com. The link is up on the website, rock1061.com. You can buy them right there at the venue. You just show the ticket on your phone. You'll be good to go. But once again, you do have to buy tickets right there or right online, etix.com. The link is up at rock1061.com. The show is tomorrow, Trustee's Garden, doors at noon. First band goes on at 2. And, of course, our headliners, Puddle of Mud, Filter, and Sponge. And for Fire Away Friday, your chance to pick a song we're going to play. We'll get to that here in a little bit. The choices today, Puddle of Mud, Tune Spaceship, Filter, Can't You Trip Like I Do, or Sponge and their cover of Go Speed Racer.
Yeah, so that was the cartoon, right?
Yeah, it was the cartoon back in, I think, 1995. A compilation album was released, a bunch of different bands covering a bunch of old school cartoon themes.
All right.
It was utterly amazing. So you can vote right now. You can hit us up with the text, 800-394-1061. You can vote on the Cotter and Marshall Facebook page, or if you're on the stream, you can vote in the comments. Puddle of Mud Spaceship, Filter, Can't You Trip Like I Do, or Sponge, Go Speed Racer. Coming up, we're going to play your choice. Fire Away Friday, Cotter and Marshall, Rock 1061.
Hey, it's Cotter.
Wanda says she's going to get her fat and sassy on tomorrow with the food.
Yes.
Wait. Jeremy says, did y'all have shirts made that show that it's the 20th anniversary show? No, but there will be merch from the bands there. So I think Puddle of Mud and both Sponge and actually I think all the bands have merch.
Yeah, even the local bands.
Yeah.
Everybody will be selling some merch. Yeah, just with this being our first show and, trying to budget everything out, properly, we decided not to go the shirt route for this one. Maybe if this goes well, we have future shows. Maybe we'll go that route then. But this, we kind of wanted to focus and just make sure everything was set everywhere else. So,
yeah, then hopefully coming up, I think we could probably do it in August. We'll actually do our first run of show shirts, the #asshole shirts that we'll do for the show. And no Horde shirts. Yeah, hopefully in August, man, we'll be able to do that. We actually had budget for the Cotter and Marshall show shirts that we were going to do this month, but have you heard of it? The 20th anniversary show kind of took over, and we got some 20th anniversary show tickets done for our staff. So on site that day, staff members of the radio station and Connect Savannah are all going to be wearing these great shirts with the Guitar Pick logo on like the left breast, and then it just says staff on the back. So if you have any questions during the day about where something is, you can obviously ask one of those staff members that day. Just not me. Don't ask me.
I'm just going to give mine away and let somebody randomly just get asked a bunch of questions. You're with the staff? No. Yeah. What? No, I'm not.
Give Jeremy his shirt.
Here you go, man. Yeah. Just answers the questions to the best of your ability. He'll be fine.
Jeremy, where's the bathrooms? I don't know, man. Just behind the stage, maybe? I don't know.
All right. So coming up next, just kind of hit on the drunk line. And then we'll play our Fire Away Friday top vote getter. So if you'd like to vote, please vote now. Puddle of Mud Spaceship, Filter, Can't You Trip Like I Do, or Sponge, Go Speed Racer.
Gibby and Wanda should have those shirts. Maybe we'll give them to them after the show. I don't think they want to come to the show and actually answer a bunch of damn questions.
Let's see, where am I going? Here it is. All right, so far, Puddle of Mud and Sponge are tied.
Okay. Really, I love that Filter song.
Mm-hmm.
Can't You Trip Like I Do? It's a great one.
It's a great song.
There should be a lot of drunk calls from Saturday for Monday. Well, yeah, I would love to have them. We're not going to be on the air Monday, but
we'll save them, though.
Yeah, we'll save them.
Still want those calls.
We'll definitely mention that from on stage.
Yes, cash is king.
Yeah, cash is big time king when it comes to, especially if you have GA tickets. There's going to be, we have two very large bars that are going to be on site that'll be able to handle everyone. Plus, there's a bar inside of VIP as well. So
Sponge gets an, oops, okay.
Jeremy says Speed Racer has the vote.
I'm going to hand out this stuff to Will.
Okay. Guys from Whalebutt are outside coming by to pick up their tickets and their packets. Oh, we were just talking about our staff shirts, Wanda, in regards to Greg said we should give you one. I was like, I don't think she wants to wear a staff shirt that day. I know you probably wouldn't mind, but the last thing you want to do is get hit up by everyone asking questions. Let's see, 2 for Sponge, 1 for Filter. I'll make sure Cotter adds this to the official count. Thank you for dropping in your votes, guys. Do appreciate that. Obviously, 20th anniversary show. I mean, we've talked about it. We announced it on May 3rd. So we've been talking about this at this point for 2 months. Like at this point, it's for me, it's like, let's do this. I'm sick of talking about it. Let's go. So 100%, I'm ready to do this show. I'm almost like I'm waiting to be relieved. Like, oh man, it's done. It's over with. It went well. Like I'm waiting for that exact feeling when it comes to this show. Like the anticipation leading up to it is great, but now that it's week of and like, we had to go get this, you have to do this. And there's like, I have 72 tasks after the show today. I'm like, just so road weary from having to work on the show. I'm just ready for it to finally happen. A lot of obviously stress that goes into putting on a show, especially when you're producing it yourself. This is not one of those things where, we're working with a venue that's giving us, it's kind of taking care of everything. I mean, we are doing all the ground stuff, everything from paying people to fulfilling writers to doing interviews, everything. When it comes to the show, we are fully self-producing it. So, I'm like I said, I've been excited about it, but once again, it's like at this point we've been talking about it for 2 months. I want to get it going. I want this thing to start rolling.
Yes. Sean from Whaleboat just came up, picked up his packet for the band.
Oh, okay, yeah.
They're good to go.
I was talking to a former local musician from the area, and he was like, dude, your show on Saturday is going to be awesome. I'm like, cool, man, you coming? He's like, yeah, I'm going to buy some tickets. I was like, perfect Savannah right there. Waiting until the day of show. And he said that Sean wasn't the original drummer. Is it Sean the drummer?
Yeah.
Yeah. He had said Sean wasn't the original drummer of Whaleboat. I'm like, I have no idea.
Yeah,
I don't know my history of Whaleboat good enough, I guess.
Yeah, because I want to say they've been around for a minute.
He said they were together for a while. They broke up and they got back together.
Okay, because back when we had the local show, I mean they were on that. I remember them, playing them there. So
I'm gonna be right back.
Sure. Maybe one day we'll get back to a local show, but man, unfortunately, it's a time-consuming thing to keep up with all of the music and all the bands. And nobody here right now has that kind of time. Unfortunately, everybody's already doing like 4 or 5 things. So maybe I'd love to get back to it. We had a local show back when Marshall and I worked on the station together in Peoria. We had Underexposed here for years. I love the show, but yeah, just going to have to be once we probably get a little bit more people in the building and somebody can actually focus on it because it's a lot of work. Definitely a lot of work. Rock 1061, hello, who's this?
Hey, what's going on, man? This is Bobby.
Hey, Bobby, what's up?
Not a lot, man. Hey, sorry to bother you guys.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, man, I want to tell you guys I appreciate those tickets, man. I'm excited to go see the concert tomorrow.
Cool.
Got to tell you a funny story.
Go for it.
So originally, I had told my wife because my daughter and I had won tickets last time to go to the concert out in Myrtle Beach.
Okay.
To go see the guys before. So originally I was supposed to take my wife to this one because I took my daughter to the last one.
Right.
So here's what happened. So I got drunk. And
start of a good story.
I got drunk and I got pissed off at my wife, and I told her that I wasn't going to take her. That I was going to take my daughter again.
Okay.
So I called my daughter. And I promised my daughter that I was taking her to the concert again. Well, I forgot that I had done that. The next morning I woke up, and my wife reminded me, you piece of crap, you're taking your daughter instead of me.
Right.
So my dilemma is now I need to figure out a way to win or somehow how to get another concert so I could take my wife and get my ass out of the furnace, man.
Dude, well, good news.
I am screwed, bro.
No, good news. There's so many shows coming to Victory North. POD, there's Candlebox. You got Fozzy coming up. You got Living Color on the way. Who am I forgetting, Marshall? So many shows.
Pop Evil.
Pop Evil's coming up. So trust me, over the next few months, there are a plethora of opportunities because Victory North really stepping up and doing a lot of shows.
Man, that's awesome, brother. That's awesome.
Wait, can you not make the show?
No, he can. Marshall just came in. He missed the first part. I'll try to condense it for you. He won tickets, took his daughter to a show in Myrtle Beach, won tickets for the show tomorrow, said he'd take his wife. There was an issue. Drunk called his daughter, said he was taking his daughter, so now he's got to make up with the wife and take her to a show eventually.
Oh, okay,
so,
gotcha.
Yeah. But, dude, trust me, over the next few months, plenty of opportunities to make it up to her.
Yes, sir. That's pretty much well explained.
Awesome.
Yeah, man. Well, so where can I buy one from?
For the concert tomorrow?
Yeah.
Just go to the website, rock1061.com, and there's going to be a link there for eTix. You have to buy them online, so you can just purchase them right there through eTix, and it'll be something you can either print out or just have on your phone.
Okay, so I can have it. So I can basically just download it to my phone.
Yep, totally.
All right, awesome, man. Do you guys know how much they are by any chance?
Tickets are $51.50.
That's including fees?
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Yep.
Dude.
All right, man. Well,
man, you guys are awesome, dude.
Thank you very much, dude. We'll hope to see you there. We got 30 seconds. We got to hop on the air. So thank you for the call. Get that ticket, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Sounds good, guys. Y'all are so awesome. Thank you. Later, brother.
Thanks, man. See you. Yeah, that's a dilemma. All right, guys. We'll be right back.
Marshall Show. Rock 1061.
So, Marshall, just because we're going to be off next week, we won't be playing fresh drunk line calls on Monday.
Right.
Doesn't mean we don't want everybody to hit up the drunk line. This is 4th of July weekend. It's the weekend of the Rock 1061 20th anniversary concert. There is going to be booze consumed in mass all weekend long.
Yeah, and there's even an extra socially acceptable drinking day on Sunday for you to also leave us drunk line phone calls. So make sure you do that over the weekend, or you can do it technically as soon as the show's over at 1-800-394-1061.
Yeah, that drunk line will be up and running all weekend long. And then when we're back in studio, we got some good 20th anniversary party drunk stories. Those are in all day long.
Oh, yeah.
All right, we've got the Fire Away Friday. 3 songs from the bands playing the big show tomorrow night. Puddle of Mud, Spaceship, Filter, Can't You Trip Like I Do, or Sponge, Go Speed Racer. The winner is Sponge.
I'd like to add a vote in.
To Filter?
It's for Sponge. I want to be part of the winning crew today.
Fair enough. I appreciate that. This is the song. I mean, I want to hear so many songs from Sponge. They're the band I'm most looking forward to. I want them to play this song so badly. This is their cover of the cartoon theme song, Go Speed Racer. It is Sponge, Fire Away Friday, Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 1061. Raven Dantes and El Guapo, Plethora. One of my favorite quotes, favorite scenes from Three Amigos. Would you say I have a plethora of piñatas? Yes. Do you know what a plethora is? No. Then how can you say I have a plethora of piñatas? So stupid. So funny.
Oh, so I'm judging with 4 ladies on Sunday. Erica, Julie, and Renee.
Oh, okay.
Hanging with the ladies.
All right.
One of them is Erica from Connect Savannah.
Okay.
Obviously, I know me, Renee LaSalle. We know her very well.
Yep.
I don't know. Oh, how about Erica Backus from Visit Savannah? Let's see, Julie from Savannah's Waterfront Association.
Awesome. 5 ladies, says Greg. Raven Dante, so do I. Every time I hear the word plethora, all I can think about is Three Amigos.
It would be 5 ladies if we were judging this on a Wednesday, because I am a chick on Wednesdays for at least 20 minutes.
Chicks on Dudes. I'm really starting to think Chicks on Dudes is the highlight of Mac's week. I really do.
Yeah. Max,
and then she just comes in and hangs out with us when she's not on the air.
Yeah. Mac loves us.
Yeah.
She won't admit it.
No.
She won't admit it, but she does love us.
Her mom loves us.
Moms in general love us. If you've birthed a child and you find the show, you're like, God, I love these guys. That's us.
Yeah.
Guaranteed to love us.
All right. We've got about a minute left in Sponge and Speed Racer. And then we'll set up for Are You Smarter Than a Community College Dropout?
I wrote my trivia this morning because I was on top of it. So I'm ready to go. I've got, let's see, 1, 2 multiple choice questions.
Yeah, I've only got the one. But I really think there's a chance not to jinx you, you get at least 6 out of 7. I don't want to say you go perfect just because, but I think you can get at least 6 out of 7.
Yeah, I feel good. Got a couple music questions in there. Feel good about that. I think I've asked one of my questions before, but it's too funny not to.
I know I've done that before where I'm pretty sure I've asked this. I'm going with it anyway. All right, guys. Be right back.
Cotter and Marshall. Rock 1061.
Are you smarter than a community college dropout? We are about to find out. Brought to you by Savannah Bar Crawl. Now, they've got a bar crawl going down tomorrow. And just use it as a pre-game festivities for our big show.
That's right.
Down at Trustee's Garden for the 20th anniversary show. So if you want to play some trivia, let's do this.
Yeah, and we'll hook you up with a free pair of passes so you could bar crawl right into our show, the Red, White, and Bruise Bar Crawl from Savannah Bar Crawl. So call us up right now. The first caller, you are in at 1-800-394-1061. Don't worry about having to win or anything, no matter what. As long as you're the first caller, we're going to hook you up with those free passes.
800-394-1061. Are you smarter than a community college dropout? Brought to you by Savannah Bar Crawl, Rock 1061.
Hey, it's Cotter.
Okay, let's do this.
Thank you, Bress.
Rock 1061, who's this?
My name's Adam.
Adam, you want to play some trivia today?
Yeah, I think so.
All right, perfect. Who do you want to take on, Cotter or Marshall?
Well, I already beat one of you, but I forget who that was. That was a while ago.
Jeez, man. Adam, actually, Adam, I think you beat me. Marshall, I think you beat me before.
I was about to say, you called me Mandingo.
That sounds about right.
That sounds like something Marshall would say, yeah.
All right, well, so you're taking on Cotter, right?
Yeah, I'll take on Cotter.
All right, good luck, man, good luck.
I love it. All right. Adam, here's the deal. 7 questions, 60 seconds. You know the rules as you've played before. Once again, your time's going to begin after I ask the first question. Are you ready?
I am ready.
All right, so here we go. Question number 1 is multiple choice. How many future presidents signed the U.S. Declaration of Independence? Was it 1, 2, or 3?
3.
Incorrect. Question number 2, game developer studio Naughty Dog was first well recognized for which video game franchise?
Ooh, let me pass real quick.
Question number 3, John Paul Jones was the bassist and keyboardist for what rock band?
Led Zeppelin.
Correct. Question number 4, who released an album called Ghost in the Machine? It's multiple choice. Was it The Police or Genesis?
Genesis.
That is incorrect. Question number 5, in what U.S. state would you find Fort Dix? Adam, you there? Adam? We may have lost Adam.
Hello?
Adam,
Hello?
you're there. Sorry. We'll put a pause on your time there. I'm going to ask you once again. In question number 5, in what U.S. state would you find Fort Dix?
Georgia.
Incorrect. Question number 6, who popularized the song A Boy Named Sue in 1969?
Johnny Cash.
That's correct. And question number 7, what day does 4th of July land on in 2022?
Monday.
That is correct. And that is time. I gave you some extra
the one I
time.
passed. I was going to say the one I passed was that Grand Theft Auto.
It was not. So, all right, Cotter. Adam today got 3 out of 7.
Okay.
A little bit of a tough one.
All right.
He did drop out on us for just a quick second, but he was able to come back and finish the game. I gave him some extra time.
Okay,
there at
that's
the
fair.
End. So, all right, Adam, we're just going to put you on pause for just a quick second.
Hang tight.
And then we're going to have Cotter do the same thing you did. So, Cotter,
Yes.
Are you ready?
Bring it on.
Question number 1, multiple choice. How many future presidents signed the U.S. Declaration of Independence? Was it 1, 2, or 3?
That's a good question. I'm going to go 2.
That's correct. Question number 2, game developer studio Naughty Dog was first well recognized for which video game franchise?
Uncharted?
Incorrect. Question number 3, John Paul Jones was the bassist and keyboardist for what rock band?
Led Zeppelin.
Question number 4, who released an album called Ghost in the Machine? Was it the Police or Genesis?
The Police.
That is correct. Question number 5, in what U.S. state would you find Fort Dix?
Dicks. North Carolina.
Incorrect. Question number 6, who popularized the song A Boy Named Sue in 1969?
Oh, Johnny Cash.
That is correct. Question number 7, what day does 4th of July land on in 2022?
Monday.
That is correct. Cotter, you got 5 out of 7 today.
Oh, all right. Eked it out, Adam. Eked it out.
Hey, man, it was a good game. I'm proud of you.
Thank you very much.
Like a proud daddy.
Thank you very much.
All right, man. We'll give you a call after the show and get you hooked up with these Savannah Bar Crawl passes.
All right, thanks, man. Have a good one.
Thanks, Adam.
All right, let's go ahead and go over the correct answers for Are You Smarter Than a Community College Dropout Trivia, brought to you by Savannah Bar Crawl. How many future presidents signed the U.S. Declaration of Independence? That would be 2. Game developer studio Naughty Dog was first well recognized for which video game franchise?
Tomb Raider?
Crash Bandicoot.
Oh, because they played it in bowls.
Question number 3. John Paul Jones was the bassist and keyboardist for what rock band? That would be Led Zeppelin. Who released an album called Ghost in the Machine? That is the Police. Question 5. In what U.S. state would you find Fort Dix? New Jersey. They're full of dicks.
That makes sense.
Yep. Question number 6. Who popularized the song A Boy Named Sue in 1969? Nice. That would be Johnny Cash. And finally, question number 7. What day does 4th of July land on next year in 2022? That is a Monday.
Community college. Are you smarter than a community college dropout? It is brought to you by Savannah Bar Crawl, Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 1061. All right, guys.
Morning Liquid. We're going to take a small break from the stream so we can edit that up and play it back on air. We'll be right back. All right, guys, thanks for hanging around with us while Cotter was editing up Are You Smarter Than a Community College Dropout Trivia? We're going to play that back live on the air here in about 3 minutes or so. Then a little bit after that, Kevin from Service Brewing Company is going to come in, showcase some of his new beers that he has at the brewery down on Indian Street.
All right. Metallica, Fuel. We should be good. Yes, Wanda, there is an after party. It is going down at Barrel House South. I don't know if we're going to be able to make it for the after party because we have to clean up after the show.
If we're not dead, we'll be there.
Yeah, so hopefully. But yes, there is an after party down there at Barrel House South. So hopefully we'll be able to make it down. But I don't know yet. We'll see what we have to do after the show because there is some pickup that we need to do. I mean, is basically everything getting cleaned out Friday afterwards or Saturday after the show, like furniture and everything? I don't even know.
No.
Okay.
No, we're coming back on Monday to clean up quite a bit of stuff.
Okay, yeah, I knew Monday was a thing, but
there is some stuff that we have to do.
Okay.
Bonfire? Sorry, I don't know what you mean, Liquid. I apologize.
Oh, just burn everything, maybe? I'm down for that.
Oh.
If that's what you mean, yes.
Right in the middle of the field?
Right in the middle of the field.
Wouldn't be an issue at all.
No. It would have rained earlier. It'll be, moist, damp. Be fine. All right, got about 45 seconds left in this song. We'll have trivia. Of course, you guys heard that as it went down with Adam. Liquid, I'm in on that idea 100%. Work for Woodstock. Yes.
I don't want to clean up stuff anymore. Okay.
Burn it. Today has absolutely flown by. I know we say that every day, but today even more so than others. The show has been super quick, super busy show today. All right, it looks like we're getting into some trivia here. Yep. All right, we're good to go.
Excellent.
That is on. After 9 o'clock, got some System of a Down, new Evanescence. We'll get to the new Volbeat song. Obviously, Kevin from Service, Beer for Breakfast.
And this will be the final beer for breakfast until July 16th.
Mm-hmm.
I have not confirmed a guess that date, so we'll figure that out, I guess, the week of show.
Yeah, so future us problems.
Yeah, totally future us problems. Not going to worry about it right now. Assuming you never want to throw another anniversary show, if we don't want to burn the stuff, yeah, probably a bad idea. Yeah. So earlier this week, we were talking about Quentin Tarantino.
Yeah.
And in a recent interview, he actually talked about if he did another Kill Bill Volume 3, that Uma Thurman has a daughter with Ethan Hawke.
Okay.
Her name is Maya Hawke, and she was actually cast in Stranger Things Season 3. She was the girl in the ice cream shop.
Okay. Yeah.
But he talked about he would want to hire her to be the bride's daughter.
Okay.
Which obviously makes a lot of sense there. And he also went on to say that Ellie Driver is still out there. Sophie Fatale got her arm cut off, but she's still out there. He said they all got Bill's money. Actually, Gogo has a twin sister called Chiaki, so her twin sister could show up. Gogo was the girl with the weird ball mace thingy. So I don't know. With him just saying things like that, it makes me think he's going to do Kill Bill Volume 3 as his final film.
As much as I love the Kill Bill movies, I don't want that to be his final film. I want something new from him. I mean, I know you'll get new characters.
No one wants any final film from Quentin Tarantino.
I know,
we want to see this guy direct until he's dead.
But if I have to, I want, I don't want it to be another Kill Bill movie.
Yeah?
Well, as much as I like him, I'd love to see another Kill Bill movie. Don't get me wrong. But I just wouldn't want that to be his last film.
I'm glad he's not doing. He talked about doing a modern take of Reservoir Dogs. I'm like, no, that.
No, I mean, I think he does a really good job, with budget, and his films look slick and look good, but they don't look, like some movies where they're just too polished. He does a good job, staying with what he does, with the look of his films. So I think it would probably look okay, but I don't need it. Yeah, I don't need an updated Reservoir Dogs. The movie to me is perfect. The low budget feel of it, and anything more I think would ruin it. All right, we've got a few minutes or about a minute left in trivia, and then we'll get into commercials. And after 9, Kevin from Service in studio for Beer for Breakfast.
We'll bring him in after the commercial break.
That's fair.
Wanda's going to play Black Ops 3.
Nice.
Good for you.
Enjoy.
I have had 0 video game time. I played a little on Monday with my buddy from New York. That's kind of it. That's the only video game time I've really gotten in. I'm jealous of what you got going on over there. I'll tell you what, I don't know who does the photography for Service via their Instagram page.
Yeah.
But it is outstanding. I don't know if that's Kevin's wife or not.
I don't know.
Meredith, but their photography on the Service Instagram, and you should definitely follow them if you're not already. Just find Service Brewing on Instagram. They have some of the best photography. We'll have to ask Kevin about that.
Oh, I probably missed it. The 24th. This Salty Chief 3. It's a dry hopped Gosa. Lemon and limes. Ooh, that sounded delicious. I bet I missed out on that. Strawberry creamsicle. Yeah. I'm in for all of this. I don't remember what he was bringing us to enjoy today, but whatever it is.
I actually, he hasn't mentioned it. We're about to find out here in just a few moments.
Yeah, like I said, he showed me the artwork on the cans. It looked really nice, so excited to have him in.
So I'll say this, just in case anything happens. While I'm gone, Cotter, please feed the fish.
Yeah.
If the fish dies under your care, just so you know, I don't think you'll ever be able to live it down.
That's fine. I'll just buy a new one when you're out. You'll never know.
Oh, I know what Hefe looks like.
No, I will take care of it.
It's not an it. He's a person, okay? He's a person. His name's Hefe. Yeah, I don't think, going back to liquid, I don't think the Trustees Gardens would be very happy with us if we set a fire like out on the back pavement.
Yeah, something tells me they'd be frowned upon.
Mr. Morris, kind of a big deal here in Savannah. I don't think we're going to mess with him.
Yeah.
He is excited for the show. I've been told that Mr. Morris will be coming to the show briefly, most likely, but briefly for the show. Also, our big boss, Dick Harlow, is going to be showing up to the show.
On stage, instrument Puddle of Mud.
Yeah. Well, if he doesn't show up, we're going to bring up Vic. So
please be there. Please be there. Please be there. So yeah, that'll be fun.
I think we should send Vic up solo to introduce a band without us. Like two parents will just sit to the side of the stage, and we're gonna give them a mic and just like scoot them on. Go introduce the band, little Vic.
We may not have a job when you get back from vacation.
I'm on vacation, man.
I don't know. Vic and a live mic scares me.
Wanda says, "Where is everyone? We're missing a bunch." We are. It is a light
slow
load
day.
today.
Yeah, it was a slow day. I get it. Everybody's sleeping in for tomorrow. Got to be ready to throw down.
Max says, "Please, for the love of God, send Vic up there." I was just saying. Oh, Liquid says, "I met Uma once. Was working for a hotel and she was checking in. They had me do it in the manager's office. I dropped an F-bomb at one point, trying to rush her through, and she goes." Language doesn't bother me. I am friends with Quentin.
That's awesome.
Send him up for Lilac. That way he can mess the name up.
Yeah, it won't be me because I'm so good about it.
He wouldn't even say the name.
No.
He would just tell us a story.
Yeah.
All right, man. Yeah. I dropped some acid in the 70s.
I didn't see them respond to my apology, my pre-apology for messing up the name on stage. They might have.
Yeah, you're already dead to them, man.
I'm already dead to them. I'm so sorry.
I'm 6'2". She was taller than me.
Damn. I didn't realize she was that tall. All right.
Googling says that Uma Thurman is 5'11". Maybe she's just wearing heels.
Yeah.
Really tall heels.
Some platform shoes going on.
All right, we'll go grab Kevin here in just a moment. Bring him in.
Yeah, we just have one song out of commercials. We're good to go.
Greg says Lilac is working on their new song called "Screw You, Cotter."
You know what? It'd be an honor.
It'd be an honor.
It'd be an honor. We play that song at my funeral.
She had on sneakers. All right, maybe Google is wrong, man. Maybe Uma Thurman's like, I don't know, 6'4". Probably dunk on your ass. All right, I'm going to go grab Kevin.
All right, cool, sounds good.
All right.
Sorry. Sorry. I was doing so good the first 3 hours. Could you yawn louder into the mic? Ah! Yes, I could. All right, hold on. Before we start here, I'm going to get rid of this.
No, I think the beer will do just fine.
Now you can save on tender and juicy boneless half ribeye. Grill them up for just $7.
Did you hike here? What the hell, man? You got like 3 backpacks. Oh my gosh, you brought all the beer today. Look at this.
All right. Oh, yeah, these are the cans. Yeah, that can is still badass.
Ah, nice. Thanks, man. I have not had this year's edition.
Go bananas.
Oh, yes.
I think we should definitely do Messenger of the Sea first.
Okay.
Which one's
You're
that?
the boss,
I see
man.
that?
You're the boss.
There it is.
Mott's. The Mott's. We got the Mott's.
Hey, can you tell me why they haven't? Hold on. Is he? Sorry, I don't have my headphones on. Is he on? Cool.
Yeah, he's on.
All right. So why haven't we created technology for these Crowler cans to pour better? Tell me why that is. Or am I just the worst pourer of Crowler cans in the history of man?
There's that old cheer, be aggressive, be aggressive.
Okay.
That's the best scenario. Because they are very difficult to pour. That first 4 or 5 ounces out of a Crowler is generally a mess.
I feel like we're in 2021 at this point. The technology should be there where I should not have to dribble out half my beer on the table.
This is your opportunity.
Damn it! You're gonna make me pour it.
Oh,
yes. Jesus. No.
Make a Crowler faucet attachment.
The pressure of it all. All right, man. So I got something I need to ask you, but we're gonna do it on air.
I was gonna say, doing it now.
There's something that's going on.
Marshall's threatening we could ruin any relationship we have with you with this one question. I'm like, let us drink the beer first. And then Marshall said, no.
This is something that I have to get out of the way because it's bothering in regards to service. So I'll hold on to it. All right. First and foremost.
Way to make him feel comfortable as he comes to the studio.
Hey, he told me I have to pour the first beer, and I'm going to pour it all everywhere. I'm going to ruin my computer. How you been? How are things?
Great.
Yeah?
Great.
Excited for 4th of July weekend?
I am. I've got some tickets to the show for tomorrow.
Oh, nice.
I'm excited that hopefully we're watching Puddle of Mud, and it's not a puddle of mud underneath our feet.
Yep.
We looked into it. I think we'll probably get rained on earlier on in the day between 2 and 4. There's still that chance, but I think we're going to be in the clear. So I think we're going to be all right.
It's Savannah, man. And here's what's going to happen. They're going to say it's going to rain like 100% all day tomorrow. And then at 9 a.m., they're like, whoops. Sorry about that, guys. It's going to be 100 degrees.
Next week. Yeah, sorry.
But no, I think we'll be okay. I think we're going to be good.
Yeah.
I think it's great either way.
I'm ready.
Yeah, this is the first major show done in Savannah since the pandemic. And overall, when it comes to concerts, this may be the first show ever. It is. I mean, like, honestly, the only time I could think of shows when it comes to the kind of this scale, like after the Rock and Roll Marathon, the big kind of show in Forsyth Park, and then just the Savannah Music Festival, which happens. They've done it at the Morris Center before at the Trustees Garden. So, I mean,
they had the Tedeschi truck band down there.
I think Isbell played there as well.
It was very well done and attended, and it was one of those like, okay, why don't we do this every weekend?
Right. Yeah. It seems like a great idea. Savannah.
Hello.
Yeah.
I mean, there's been a handful of shows at the Civic Center. I mean, there have been only 2 rock shows in the 12 years I've been here, but I've heard stories of like Guns N' Roses and Metallica and Motley Crue and all these other shows.
But once again, just think.
Back in the day rolled through.
2 major rock shows.
One of my trivia questions the other day was, what year did Poison play at the Civic Center?
Ooh, let me think about this.
Poison's one of Cotter's favorite bands.
I do love in junior high. They were my band. They
played with David Lee Roth, if that helps.
Okay,
man, what a show!
Yeah,
maybe back in what was David's solo album, Lillian Enough? I think it was that. He had Open Up. No, Eat 'Em and Smile. God dang it! So I'm gonna go 1992.
I had someone who is it
somebody
this
cheat?
It's 1988.
Oh, wow, okay. Nice and early. Okay,
man. Liquid guessed 87. Nice try.
Okay, your guess way better than mine.
Oh man, wow, 88. Oof.
Yeah.
Man, the good times at the Civic Center. I think things will change for us now
with the new venue.
Yeah. I mean, obviously with the new Civic Center, 10,000 seat arena, which is going to be great. Obviously hockey there. That's going to be a great plus. Live Nation, or it's the Oak Group through Live Nation, is going to be booking that arena, so that's great news for us. Victory North seems to be popping off right over there by Two Tides, so they seem to be doing very well. And then now that we have those 2 venues, plus I mean, if Trustees Gardens, we can prove that shows can be done there successfully, maybe we could keep producing shows and doing stuff like this. I mean, a couple shows a year, I think that'd be awesome.
Yeah. Just don't ruin it for us. No pressure tomorrow.
Wait, why do we have to be first now all of a sudden? I don't want this. I don't want this on me.
I'll leave it on everyone else. Come buy a ticket. It's on you guys.
It's on you
want
guys
more?
now.
It's on you.
The show's happening. You just buy tickets.
Mm-hmm. And I remember Puddle of Mud came. Remember the Music Vault over in Hardyville? Did you ever go there?
Yeah. No, I never went there.
Yeah. Puddle of Mud played there 3 years ago, something to the effect of that.
It was the Halloween show, wasn't it? No, the Pop Evil was the Halloween show.
Yeah, so Puddle of Mud played there probably 3 years ago, and I mean, tickets were, I think, $35 for that.
Not bad.
4 other bands. Ours is 50.
All right, guys, be right back. We got beer for breakfast coming up. First, hop on that stream, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Be sure to like, follow, and subscribe while you're there. Beer for breakfast brought to you by Coach's Corner in Thunderbolt. Elton Live, Beyond the Yellow Brick Road, goes down tonight. That should be a blast. That starts at 7 o'clock. Next weekend, Purple Madness, Prince tribute. So a lot of fun. Coach's Corner in Thunderbolt. So joining us in studio today, we were talking about it earlier. We got Kevin from Service. Did you ever come in when we did the afternoons for the beer review?
Sure
Okay. We couldn't remember or not.
Different room, different time.
Yeah, so way earlier. We're so sorry. Yeah. I'm assuming you're usually up by now.
Oh yeah.
You seem like a guy who's up and ready to go early.
Most days
ish. So how's things going to Service, man?
They're going great.
Yeah.
I mean, this was the pandemic was hard on everybody, and it was probably the first and last time it was good to be a brewery in Georgia, because Georgia was wide open. And we opened the tap room, and people came out in droves. And April, May, June, all lined up to be great months in the tap room.
Okay.
And so we're back.
That's good. Now, how long has Service been open now?
7 years.
7 years. It's gone by so quick.
Yeah, we'll have our 7th anniversary in October.
Okay, that's awesome. That's good. Any idea what kind of beer? You always got something fun for the anniversary? You know,
We're going to have a couple.
Okay.
We're going to have a small batch that we're going to bottle for brewery release only, and then we'll have a larger batch that's out for general public consumption.
Awesome. I love that.
All right. So, Kevin, I was doing some research on Service before the interview today, before you stopped in. Once again, thank you so much for coming in. And I was looking.
Are you going to ruin it now with this question?
Yeah, I'm going to ruin our relationship now. But you have to leave the beer before you leave. I'm really mad. So I was looking at just like the about the Service, the story of Service, about you and Meredith who began Service Brewing Company. And then I was like, hold on, let me just go back. Something caught my eye when I first Googled Service Brewing Company. And I'm not going to be able to show it on the stream, but I can show it to you right here. Now, it says that you used to be a cycler. Like you loved to cycle around. You're a cyclist of sorts. Do you still cycle today?
I do not.
You do not? Okay.
Not outside.
So not in front of people. So this picture right here caught my eye.
Uh-oh.
You have a beautiful ass.
Oh, thanks.
On you, maybe you specifically. I actually have a question. Now, this photo, when you Google Service Brewing Company, this is the first photo you see. It is of someone holding on to the 6th anniversary Service Brewing Company beer. Beautiful picture. Looks like it was taken right outside of Service Brewing Company. First and foremost, I got into this butt right here, okay? I was looking at it. I'm like, I've looked at your butt before, all right? I'm like, I don't think that's Kevin's butt. But also, it said you were a cyclist.
Yes.
So I'm curious to know, can you confirm or deny, is this your butt? And also, did you make sure that it was the first picture when people Google Service that you see this great butt picture?
So, folks can add photos. Anybody can take a photo and add it to your Google page. Sure. And some folks take better photos than others.
Okay.
So, in order to try and get the first photos that come up on your Google page to inspire you, we have folks take photos and we add them, and so you can't control what comes up first. It might say something about your web history, your search history as to which one shows up first.
There you go. Maybe that's on you, Marshall.
Oh, wow. Okay, so you're saying...
So I'm not confirming or denying.
So you're saying, okay, so that could be your butt. That could be your butt.
Could be.
Okay, I just wanted to confirm or deny that.
But it's not.
Okay, I just want to...
I wish. Wish I was in that shape.
All right, well, I just wanted to confirm or deny that, because yes, someone says they're Googling right now. It's well worth your time. Google Service Brewing Company. There is, I would say, a top tier butt right there.
It's a great beer.
Well, the beer is great. I'm just saying the butt may be a little bit better. Kind of thought it was yours at first. I was a little worried and also turned on. Now you're obviously the background of you in general is perfect for the 4th of July weekend. Having you here today, former West Point graduate, former Army commander. I mean, does it hurt to be such a badass?
No.
We'll never know.
And also, follow-up question:
that's all ancient history.
Have you always been this way? Have you always been a badass?
No.
Okay.
No. My parents raised me very well.
Yeah.
With a lot of discipline.
Oh,
can't get away with today.
Right.
But no, I mean, every experience that I've had in my life has helped me out quite a bit and gotten to me where I am today. And the Army doesn't give you a choice.
They just absolutely make you check the box of being a badass the moment you sign up.
That's it.
Well, first and foremost, thank you for your service. Obviously, 4th of July. We're calling this Freedom Friday here
great.
on the Cotter and Marshall
Wish
Show.
we had some fries.
We'll get to those later. We probably will need them after we try these ridiculous beers you brought in today for Beer for Breakfast. So here in just a few moments, we'll try this first beer. How about you just kind of tease everyone with what beer we'll try first that they could try at the brewery today?
So neither of these beers will be available today.
What?
These are future.
These are special beers?
Yeah, these are
nice.
Up and coming and special for you. You guys will be the first ones outside the brewery to try these.
Okay, so special now.
We have a new canning line coming in that's going to allow us to do 12 and 16-ounce cans very easily.
Love that.
Okay. So we're going to start that with 2 special releases. One is the first of 3 double IPA in a series. This is called Messenger of the Sea.
Oh, okay.
Great story behind this. A submarine that the Union used that was on its way south down the coast and was lost during a storm. So the whole series is around the history.
Oh, that's cool.
Double IPA series around the history of that sub.
That's awesome.
The second is a brewer's release. So we've been doing brewer's release for a few years now. This is brewer's release number 10, a Pina Colada style milkshake IPA. So
I'm ready for that one.
Just in time for the hot summer.
I like that. All
so
right.
both of those will be available in 16-ounce cans in probably 3 weeks.
3 weeks?
Nice.
All right, well, let's try some beer. We're going to get to that next. First up, Evanescence, Better Without You. Cotter and Marshall Show, Beer for Breakfast. Kevin from Service, Rock 106.1. There we go.
And back on the stream. Guys, if you have any questions for Kevin from Service Brewing Company, please let us know. And we'll definitely ask those while we're off the air until we, try some beer right here.
What is available today is Sparks Between Us.
Okay.
Another double IPA. Really nice. The photo that you may have seen on Instagram, all done by Meredith.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Marshall's bringing that up. That your Instagram photos are just so amazing. Yeah. So it is Meredith that does this. Okay,
everything that awesome. Is cool about Service Brewing Company
is Meredith?
Is her credit.
Well played. Well played.
Yeah, I mean, I was just going through the Instagram of Service just before you came on today. I mean, the photos are, just this photo right here. Just here, I'll hold up to the live stream there. Just throwing out the popsicles. Yeah. So, I mean, like when you're walking around the brewery and you're like doing your thing, do you ever just look over and you're like, what the hell are you doing?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. There was one I think we did. It wasn't pumpkin pie, but it was like a cream pie or some kind of pie. And every week is a whole new creative approach. Like, how do I capture the essence of this beer and photograph it? And I'm normally in the background providing zero input. That's useful. I was like, you can throw a pie in my face if you wanted.
Oh no,
that would be a fun way to
great.
Get a pie across the face, but we didn't do that. We'll save that one for later.
It's a good idea.
There's one that you actually did here, and this looks outstanding. This was for a raspberry jelly donut pastry sour that you put out. Yeah. It looks like earlier this month.
That's on draft now.
Yeah.
Natasha Gaskill is the pastry chef.
Okay.
She works at Ardsley Station now. She is a phenomenal pastry chef. Nice. And she made those donuts for us specifically for that beer.
So you just drop the donuts in, right?
Yep.
I mean, you just take dozens of donuts and do you mash them up, or you just drop them in and let them do their thing?
Drop them in, the beer does the rest.
That's amazing. That's still amazing.
So when it comes to when you're filtering everything out, I mean, do you just have like this sludge of donut at the bottom, or are they still are they intact still, or are they just sludge at that point?
No, it's mush.
It's going through there with the fork and go to town.
Right. Have you tried?
The more things you throw into a beer, the harder it is to clean out the bottom of the tank.
Right. You have someone for that, right? You don't do that?
I've done everything. I've done all the jobs. But.
All right, we got about a minute before we're back on.
Mac, who joins us on the show once a week, she says, sign me up for that sour. Looks like you're going to Service this weekend then.
Yeah, raspberry jelly is really good.
What's your favorite beer that you've done that is currently released? What's your favorite beer that you've done recently that you're like, man, I nailed that shit?
So Jeff, our brewer, is the guy who's really nailing it. He's much better than I am. I get to do the paperwork, and file the taxes,
the fun stuff,
all that. Yeah. But the Salty Chief,
I just saw that on Facebook.
It's the third version. It's a Goza with lemon and lime. It is super refreshing. It's that Gatorade that you snuck into the concert. It's really good.
Nice.
Super refreshing for the heat.
Hold on. It is Beer for Breakfast, brought to you by Coach's Corner in Thunderbolt. Kevin from Service in studio. Before we get to the beer, and we're going to do that here in a second, you were saying Service 7-year anniversary is coming up. Like any relationship, how do you keep things interesting when it comes to making the beers, when it comes to coming up with ideas? I mean, what do you guys do? I mean, how is that process? I mean, to come up with, we're going to be drinking this Pina Colada milkshake IPA. What does that process look like to come up with these beers?
We focus on styles first. We want to try and keep things varied. We want to, we've got 15 taps in the tap room. We want a lot of different beers. We don't want to be just IPAs or just stouts or just, traditional beers. And so we try and not make the same thing over and over. But most of it's inspiration from being out and about, inspiration from eating, inspiration from drinking. I've got a food Bible in the office, and so when we're looking at what kinds of flavors go well together, the food Bible can help you guide you on that path.
Oh, nice.
And then you go out to the beach and you sit at the tiki bar or whatever, and you're having a pina colada. And you're like, man, we should make a beer like this. That's how a lot of it happens.
Awesome. Same thing happens for me too. I like drank, and during the pandemic, I found the recipe for a Mai Tai. And then I found that a bunch of brewers started making Mai Tai beers. I'm like, I think they were doing the same thing I was. They're slugging Mai Tais during the summer at their own pools in their backyard. They're like, I'm going to make a Mai Tai beer.
Yeah. I mean, we did a Manhattan-based, inspired beer at one point because somebody had a really good Manhattan. They're like, man, we should try and make a beer like this.
All right, so I mentioned this earlier. Our first beer we're going to try is actually Messenger of the Sea Double IPA. The Crowler technology, like we were talking about, not the best. They haven't kind of come up with better technology, mostly for the fact that I am the worst at pouring Crowler. So I apologize for the horrific pour that's about to happen.
Keep it away from that keyboard.
Yeah, right. And keep it away from any equipment.
How about this? I'm so confident I'll do it over my computer.
Oh!
That's right, guys. That's right. I didn't mess that up. Woo!
That was impressive.
He took my advice.
Yeah.
I want aggressive.
Be aggressive.
He's going to spill it on the last one when there's already beer out of it.
Or if I'm talking to you guys and I'm not looking and it just pours completely over.
So the can for Messenger of the Sea, you're talking about, the submarine and how this is going to be a series of different beers with this double IPA. Now, the art on this can is something like we've never seen you guys do before. I mean, why step out and do something different?
So curb appeal, there are so many, there's 9,000 breweries in the country now.
Yeah.
Everybody's putting out a new beer almost all the time. The tried and true, the regular stuff that keeps the lights on. People drink at home, but they're not venturing out. Mm-hmm. They've got to venture out. And so if you're not grabbing attention, if you're not changing the look on the shelf, people aren't going to find it.
Right.
Now, Messenger of the Sea is a genius that Meredith came up with this whole series, and so it's going to tell a story about this submarine through the entire series.
Right.
So each new can is going to give you a little more about it. Also on the label, they've burnished out some of the art, so you can see the can through the stars. You can see the can through the windows on the sub.
Oh, that's really cool. Awesome.
That's really neat.
So it's a whole different color vibe for us.
Okay.
Jessica, our graphic designer, did a knockout job on the design of this, and so we're really excited to as soon as this canning line shows up and gets installed, start throwing those out there.
All right, so people can expect to find this beer in the tap room and hopefully stores by the end of the month. Is that what we're kind of shooting for? Yep. Awesome. Well, I'm happy that we're some of the first to ever try this beer. So let's start the review. Let's take a big old sniff of it.
Get a lot of grapefruit right up front, a lot of citrus, really nice, pleasant aroma on this.
And once again, this is Messenger of the Sea. It's a double dry hop, double IPA. It's got the Galaxy El Dorado and Azaka. Yeah, I nailed it. I nailed it, bro. But it's got all those fancy hops into it. Holding up to the light, I mean, this is kind of that just a cloudy IPA. It's kind of what you want to expect. Kind of a straw color, would you say? At least that's what it looks like on camera.
It's like juice. Yeah. It's like juice, man. That's it's like grapefruit juice. Looks and smells like it.
With all that being said, let's go ahead and drink. Cheers, gentlemen.
Cheers.
Sorry, kind of jumped ahead on the cheers there. I couldn't wait.
Yeah. Do it. I don't blame you.
Oh, dude.
That is so smooth. I mean, like and here's the thing. It's a double dry hop, double IPA. So either it is so dry hopped, I'm not getting much hop. Or it just feels so smooth, like on the tongue and everything. I'm getting just a slight bit of hops. I was expecting to be knocked out of my chair in the hallway with all the hoppiness of it, but I'm not getting that at all. And it's got a great subtle grapefruit taste to it as well. This thing is excellent.
Yeah, I mean, you don't get it's not wrecking your palate initially when you take that drink, which is really nice. Now, I mean, I do get some of the hoppiness there, but yeah, the grapefruit's there as well. Once again, just a nice kind of solid, well-rounded beer.
Yeah, you're getting the flavor and the aroma from the hops, but you're not getting the bitterness. So that low bitterness allows your palate to stay intact. And a lot of people who come into the tap room and say they don't like IPAs or they don't like hoppy are the people whose first experience with IPAs was the super bitter palate wreckers. And it makes everything else taste different. And we want you to enjoy a lot of different beers. So why wreck your palate with the first one and think our second beer is horrible?
Yeah.
So that low bitterness, and then you don't taste the alcohol either.
No.
So it's over 8%. It's 8.6, and you're not feeling that at all with this beer. It's really nice.
Already a comment on the stream. Someone says, "I want a shirt of the can art." So
it's in process. So celebrities, our shirt provider is working on that right now. Going to get a little pocket tee with Messenger of the Sea on the back.
I mean, the can art almost reminds me of, and I mean, like a 50s horror movie kind of poster kind of vibe. It's, got like the
octopus legs coming out of the sea, kind of stretching forward.
It's really cool.
The submarine getting dropped in. So once again, from Service Brewing, we are trying Messenger of the Sea Double Dry Hop Double IPA coming in at 8.6. That's very girthy, would you say, when it comes to an APV. Cotter, we'll start off with you. What would you give this on the beer scale of supremacy?
I'm going 4.5. Woo! This beer is delicious. This beer is delicious.
Cotter hasn't given a 4.5 out in quite some time.
No, the beer's delicious. I keep saying how I'm on this IPA kick, and it's just like, I found a couple that I've gone to, and I just love something a little bit different, and I really love the juiciness of this. I love that it's a smooth beer. It is well-rounded. Dude, hats off. That's can art. The beer lives up to the can art. It's so good.
I know it's going to be a tough one for you. So on the beer scale of supremacy, Kevin, and it's fine if you want to give it a 5 out of 5. What would you like to give Messenger of the Sea Double IPA?
I give every beer we make and share with the public a 5. The one that not all the beer makes it to the floor.
Right.
Some goes down the drain.
I could just imagine you're in the back, like throwing beer at your head brewer, like, never this, never. Man,
it's
thing.
Emotional. You spend a lot of time bringing this thing to a point where it's people are going to consume it, and then it just doesn't work out sometimes.
It's a roller coaster. Not everyone's going to be a 10 out of 10 for you, but man, this thing hits the notes when it comes to, especially a double IPA, hitting that 8% mark too, and just everything about it, from the can art to the execution of what you did here. I'm gonna have to give it a 4.25. I mean, of my probably one of my favorite IPAs I've tried in 2021.
Dude, it's very good stuff.
All right, you 1 for 1. Let's see if this next one's gonna live up to the first one.
All right, we're gonna take another break. When we come back, Brewers release number 10, Pina Colada Milkshake IPA. Yes, please. It is beer for breakfast. Kevin from Service in studio. Cotter and Marshall, Rock 106.1.
I see what you guys been doing over this last year, doing some awesome freaking beers,
that is
man.
So good.
So Jeff Hyatt is our master brewer. He opened the brewery with us back in 2013, 14. Okay. And he's retired 160th Blackhawk pilot. I mean, talk about badass. That guy is a badass. Dude. And his wife's an NCIS agent, so they had to move. So he left as soon as we got up and running. He went to Hawaii.
That sucks. Taller gentleman?
He's the only one there that's older than me.
Okay, because I think I remember meeting him. I remember meeting him when you guys first opened.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That's cool. Okay. Yeah. Awesome.
And then so he went to Hawaii. Went to
Cotter. Every guy's taller
Quantico.
than you.
I just said tall gentleman. Yes, everybody's taller than me.
I feel it. And then came back just before the pandemic hit. Really started in full with us in January of last year.
Awesome.
And we've released a new small batch every week.
Damn.
Since probably late March.
I mean, that's one thing with Service. I mean, the R&Ds that you guys have done have always been fun, different. Mm-hmm. It seems like you're willing. I mean, I remember one time I went in and you had an onion beer. And I was just,
what?
It was an onion. It was an onion beer. And you know what?
I totally missed
I'm not saying I'd go out and buy a 6-pack of it and drink it, but for what it was, you're like, it's pretty tasty. I mean, it's like I would never have guessed this was doable.
Yeah, we've done. I mean, so that was chef inspired.
Okay.
Chef was like, hey, you should use onions, and we're like, but there are hops that provide a lot of onion to a beer.
Okay.
So it's not. You don't think about putting onions in a beer, but there are hops that will provide onion flavor if that's what you want.
Yeah.
We did a mugwort beer.
Okay.
What is mugwort?
I was looking at ancient spices and ingredients that people used to ward off sourness before people figured out hops were a thing. Mm-hmm. So yeah, mugwort's a thing. It actually shows up on like pharmacists like warning sheets of like, make sure you don't give mugwort to these types of people.
Great.
Yeah. So we made a mugwort beer at one point, and those super extreme ones are, okay, I tried it.
I get that. Some of them are like that.
Yeah.
Got that in our back pocket. We
Now
can
I
maybe
know.
never go back to it.
But yeah, no, the R&D side of stuff, it's like every time you go in, I'm excited to see what's there because there's going to be something just fun, different, tasty. I like it.
If you could make a living off of just throwing out a new beer with some crazy idea every week, that would be the most joyful.
Yeah. What's your so when it comes to breweries and stuff, how much time do we have?
We got a few minutes.
Perfect. When it comes to like breweries, like what's a brewery that inspires you? Maybe not even from the state of Georgia. I mean, you obviously probably travel a bit when you're not always at the brewery.
Yeah.
But when you're outside of the state of Georgia, has there been a brewery like in the Carolinas or Florida that people could maybe go to, or even across the nation? Is there a brewery that like, dude, they are incredible, you have to go visit them?
That's a tough question. Everybody inspires everybody. This is, some breweries get upset with other breweries and say, "Oh, like we just did that, and why are you doing that?" Like, there's only so many things you can do legally with beer,
Right.
And we're all inspired by the things that we encounter in the days that we live. So, just because we're doing something with beer this week doesn't mean it's because you did it,
Right.
But just like artists are inspired by their surroundings, and so when you go to a brewery, you're inspired by something at every brewery.
Right.
Sometimes you're inspired to not do the things that you see happening, and sometimes you're inspired by the things that they are doing.
Yeah.
Right.
And so we do beer school with our staff at most Tuesdays, where we're just expanding their horizons and teaching about all the beer that's out there.
Right.
And, introducing them to other people's beer. Because other people make beer and it's great. And so you shouldn't just drink our beer.
Right.
Although it does help us.
If you want Kevin to have a job, you go buy his beer.
But, I don't get a lot of time to travel anymore. I'm working on that, trying to bring more folks in to give me more time for myself and Meredith.
You get that, man. You guys need it.
We do. And this has been my priority in life, and it needs to be shared priority. But there's so much out there. 9,000 breweries in the country. Every single person can inspire you in some way.
Is there a brewery that you haven't visited that you were like, yeah, that's on the list, I want to go visit them, and that you haven't had an opportunity to?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's a long list. I've been to Stone several times, way before the craft beer explosion.
Right.
In 2008, 2009. I was out there in Escondido, but I would like to go to Russian River. I've never been to Russian River.
They're in San Diego, right? They're in the San Diego area?
No, they're way up north in the Santa Rosa.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
There's places up, like I'd like to go to Maine Brewery. I'd like to go to Sierra Nevada, like in North Carolina.
Yeah, their facility there is incredible.
It's stupid amazing.
This is what you can do when you make it.
Stupid amazing. It's crazy.
It's beyond lavish. You walk in there, you're like, where'd you get all this money?
I've been to Dogfish Head several times, seeing their progression over the years, and seeing like, okay, they started here, and then they had this huge facility, and then they had two huge facilities, and so you just see that, and you provides hope that maybe one day, but also you see how they're doing things and how their equipment's set up and how their processes are set up, and for me, that's I'm the engineer guy in the back. Like, oh, wow, look at that piping system. Those pipes are so clean and
sexy.
That's the sickest piping system I've ever seen.
Yeah,
we got about 90 seconds. Are you guys doing anything community wise, charity wise right now?
Yeah, so we're always.
I figured I'll ask on the air. So hold it. I just wanted to make sure and be like, hey, are you? And you're like, no,
sure.
no. No, I know you guys are always doing something.
We don't like the community. What have they ever done for us except for show up every day and drink our beer? They're constantly making us make beer. Oh man. Dude, thanks once again for coming in.
Yeah,
we'll have you before you jump out. We'll have you sign the wall.
Sign
we'll
our
grab
wall.
a picture and everything.
Grab a picture. Yep.
Cool.
We'll do our b-boy stance. We haven't done that in a couple pictures. We'll cross
Nice.
our arms.
Can I squat down?
Hell yeah, dude.
Yes, you
Hell
can.
Yes.
Yes, you can.
We'll all squat down. I don't know if any of us will be able to get up.
Get back up. All right, guys, got about 45 seconds. We'll be right back. It is Beer for Breakfast, Cotter and Marshall Show, brought to you by Coach's Corner in Thunderbolt. You can check out some great live music, Elton John tribute going down tonight. We are joined in studio by Kevin from Service. Thank you for hanging out. You guys always do stuff for and with the community. It's always been a big part of what the brewery's done. What are you guys doing right now?
So we just transitioned our primary support. So if you didn't know, every time you come into the brewery and you buy a pint of beer, you're donating to that charity that we're supporting at the time. We just gave almost $15,000 to Minority Veterans
It's amazing.
of America. But what's more important is we share the story of that charity. So one of our regulars learned about the charity, talked to his company about it, and they donated $20,000 to that charity. Opened up a new branch for that charity in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
That's amazing.
We're now supporting Folds of Honor.
Okay.
Folds of Honor is based out of Oklahoma City. They provide scholarships to families of veterans who've been lost to help their children get through school and make sure they're taken care of until they get a solid education. So 25 cents of every pint.
That's great, man.
Yeah, you guys do such
Come
amazing.
down and do the work, right?
Yeah.
The hard work of drinking beers in your tap room. And just so everyone knows, you can find Service Brewing Company, 574 Indian Street. Ghost Coast Distillery. Those huge condos they're building across the street. Is that what they're building over there? Yep. Great. Anyway, less parking for me to try to find. But so you guys can go visit the tap room, open Wednesday, Thursday, Fridays, and Saturdays. Times vary, but of course, pretty much whenever you think it's time for a beer, wait about an hour if you're me, and then go.
All right,
We're not opening at 11.
Right.
If we just knock on the doors, we look sad enough, we'll eventually get
We know Kevin.
all right, so the second beer we're going to try this morning, Brewers Release number 10. Marshall, you got so good at the first one.
Okay.
More the second one.
You know we're jinxing this.
I
right?
know we are, totally.
All right.
Brewers Release number 10. This is the Pina Colada Milkshake IPA, pineapple and coconut. I'm telling you, man, there's a few things that you put in beers that I'm in instantly. Coconut is one of those two things. I think that's fantastic. So what is the whole thought around the Brewers Release series?
So Brewers Release is just kind of, hey, we're in between a seasonal beer.
Okay.
Or we did an R&D that we really liked, and we feel like it's time that we put more of this out there.
Okay.
So you don't have to be in the tap room only to get this.
Okay.
So that's the idea behind the Brewers Release. It's like, hey, Jeff made this great beer. It went over really well. He wants to share it with the world, and so here you go.
Nice.
Perfect. All right, so this is 6.8% on the Brewers Release number 10, Pina Colada Milkshake IPA. So if you want to start, Marshall?
Yeah. Take a big old sniff.
Oh, dude, so much coconut.
Oh, my gosh.
So much coconut. Like I just said, you put two things, vanilla and coconut are two things you could put in almost any beer, and I'm in. Coconut, maybe number one on that list, and that is what you get right away.
Did you rob a coconut truck or something? Like you saw going down the highway and you
We
just
saw a banana boat. Check it out.
just swerved them off the road?
It's all the coconut.
I could just imagine it was like it's like in Breaking Bad where they had to rob that train. This is exactly what Kevin did to get this much coconut. I mean, the nose is so coconut heavy, but it's great. It's so
I
good.
cannot wait. The look of it, kind of a lot like the other one. It's just,
little darker.
Yeah, a little darker, but kind of juice-like in its thickness.
More pineapple-y.
Okay.
The color is more pineapple juice.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, definitely got a nice little haze to it, golden color. All right, with all that being said, let's drink this.
Cheers.
Incredible.
Cheers.
Oh, man. So here's the thing. During the pandemic,
you guys keep talking. I'm just going to drink.
I made I learned how to make 2 great cocktails because I don't know how to make anything other than a whiskey and Coke. I learned how to make a Mai Tai, and I stole that recipe from Water Witch Tiki. Thank you, Water Witch Tiki. And then I don't know how I found like the best pina colada recipe on the internet. And then I found it. I tweaked it a little bit, and it is the best I feel like I make the best pina colada in Savannah. This beer is the version of that pina colada. It is so good. This pina colada milkshake IPA, you're not getting an incredible amount of hops from it. Once again, hops can deter people, and maybe that's why your thought process when you made this, Kevin. But the pina colada milkshake IPA, dude, it bangs. It absolutely bangs, dude.
So I see you on a giant unicorn float in a 16-ounce can of pina colada milkshake IPA.
I'm gonna need a lot more,
and then cover yourself with banana boat because I know you burn.
Yeah, I'm a little pasty. That's true. That's true. But I'm telling you, man, this pina colada milkshake IPA, you guys, how'd you do 2 for 2? I mean, like, how long have you been working on both of these beers? Really? I mean, it seems like you've been working on them kind of backstage for a while now.
This is why you have the R&D process. So both of these beers and smaller batches have been introduced into the tap room previously.
Right. But not this exact version.
Correct.
Yeah.
But you can't just take a 124 pint batch of beer and make it into a 30,000 pint batch of beer and have it taste exactly the same. You have to make adjustments. But when you come up with a collection of ingredients and you're like, wow, this works. Mm-hmm. So coconut's really hard. You can have too little and people are like, well, it says coconut, but I don't taste it or smell it. And then you can have this tastes exactly like sunscreen and I don't like it. So that's the fine line you have to walk. And so this, Jeff nailed it with this mix of coconut and pineapple, and the milkshake is the lactose. So it's got that sweetness that sticks around.
Yeah, and that sweetness really helps with the pineapple taste of it because you're trying to balance the coconut and the pineapple. Mm-hmm. The coconut is a little bit more prevalent than the pineapple, but I mean, you taste the coconut at first, and then you get that sweetness of the pineapple. You're like, wow, this is I'm drinking the beer version of pina colada, and that's why this thing hit us so hard right when we had our first taste.
Yeah, so I mean, it's like the nose of it is primarily coconut, but then when you take the drink, the coconut is not as prevalent as it is on the nose, which is perfect, and the pineapple is there, the lactose. I'm in love.
I know you are. I can tell, man. Once again, coming in at 6.8%. Let's go around the table as we always do. Cotter, on the beer scale of supremacy, what would you give Service's Pina Colada Milkshake IPA coming in at 6.8%?
4.55. So I really loved the double IPA.
Are you saying that because Kevin can 100% kick your ass?
No, he could, but no.
I've seen him in the wrestling ring.
It's fake.
but I like this one. I think I like this one just a hair more because, like I said, coconut, one of 2 ingredients you could throw in a beer. I'm in instantly. Sometimes it's a letdown when you get it because it's not right. This one's right, 4.55.
So once again, both beers that we tried today, Messenger of the Sea Double IPA and Pina Colada Milkshake IPA, both beers are going to be available later on this month. Make sure to follow Service Brewing on Instagram, where they have literally the best pictures. I'm going to hire them to do...
Like I said, Meredith, everything that's cool about Service Brewing is because of Meredith, and she does those photos, everything on an iPhone. It's like, this is how you can do on an iPhone.
Yeah, it's very impressive. So make sure to follow them on both Instagram and Facebook. On the beer scale of supremacy, Kevin, once again, I know it's going to be really tough for you. The Pina Colada Milkshake IPA, what do you give it?
I told you. 5 out of 5.
He's like, why even asking me, bro?
He's going 5 all day long, every day.
Yeah.
Cotter, I'm not going to lie. I like this. I think I like this one more than Messenger of the Sea Double IPA.
I get it.
Like Pina Coladas, they're my jam. I just made some and passed out on some just a few weeks ago. This one hits near and dear to my enlarged heart. I'm going to go ahead and give this one 4.35. I mean, it really...
He's stingy with these.
I have to be. Someone has to
I'm
be.
not throwing out 4 5s every day. Don't get me wrong. I mean, these are just 2 really...
This beer is just so refreshing.
Damn good beers.
It's perfect for the summer.
Yes.
Yeah, it's perfect for the beach as well. Yeah, I mean, 100%. So, man, Kevin, you came in with fire this morning.
Thank you.
You and the Wheel of Florida, I don't know if you know each other very well, but you should meet because both of you are on fire. You're in fuego.
All right, man. Thank you so much. These beers are fantastic. It's always good to see you. Thank you for stopping by on the show. We appreciate that immensely.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
All right, guys. Going to wrap things up next. Cotter and Marshall, Rock 106.1.
Wall right here, anywhere you want, and then I'm going to go grab someone to take a picture. B-boy. His boots.
Brewmaster.
Sorry, guys. Picture time. We'll be right back.
Yeah.
Look, you multitasking, Stacey.
I know.
We're good. I think we're going to go over here, so you'll need to come in.
That's why you've kept me here so long.
You'll need to come in and.
Oh, coming in this way?
Yep. Sorry, making you.
We haven't.
It's all right. Oh, that's serious. I love it. Hold on. Let's go this way, too. And you're set. There you go.
Thanks, Stacey.
You're welcome, guys.
Look at that hot right there.
Yes.
So what's my VIP experience going to be tomorrow?
Sick. Very sick. It's going to be super sick. VIP experience. So from where the stage lays, you're on the right-hand side. There's two portions of the deck. There's an elevated portion, and then on the lower deck, there's like a side shot of where the band will play. So you'll be able to see a really unique view of both places. There's VIP bathrooms, so there's like air-conditioned bathrooms. They're not the porta potties that we're making everyone else try.
VIP.
Yep, and then there is a VIP bar as well. So the VIP bar will actually both take cash and card, and then they make drinks right there. And then and if you're a VIP, you can walk out in the general. You can walk out in the general folks.
Mingle with the rest of us.
Mingle with the animals, the rest of us animals. But
Up and down a couple times and come back.
Yeah. But Kevin, thank you so much for swinging in, dude.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks for bringing in bangers of beers.
Oh, look at that.
I'll fight you for those.
Split it up. I'm good.
Unfortunately, we have to work for the rest of the day. This sucks.
Yeah, I guess.
4 ounces every 30 minutes. You're good.
Dude, thank you. Good to see you as always, man.
Where's the brewer of Sam Adams? What was his name? Was it
Sam Adams, like owner, Jim Cook?
Jim Cook? Yeah, that guy. He always did the thing where he would put something in his beer to make it either look like beer or kill the alcohol of it. So he would drink all night and not get drunk because people would always ask him to drink. There's a story out there. I don't quite remember it, obviously.
Baker's yeast.
Yeah. So yeah, he would have packets of that and he would drop it in his beer. So
help
it would
ferment.
Yeah.
Burning it out before you.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Genius idea.
Because people would ask him to drink with them all the time. Anyway, fun story. We'll talk about that later.
Sir, thank you, man. We'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah.
We'll be around.
I'm excited.
Us too.
Not the work part, but we're excited for the fun part. Thanks, buddy.
Thanks, man.
Door open, closed?
It's fine there. Yeah.
Oh, Mac just said she got pulled over this morning.
What? Did you get a date, Mac?
Interesting, pulled over this morning.
Ooh.
Yeah, maybe did the cop ask you out?
So we're after this tune, we're just going into our last break.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, it's just, we very talkative today with Kevin, so.
He's an interesting fellow, man.
Dude, it was awesome. That honestly, it I get it. It's weird to give low reviews with the dude sitting there, but when they come in,
When they're staring at you in the face and they're former Army commandos and stuff.
Legit, both of those beers, maybe some of the best services done. I mean, both of those are tasty as hell, guys. Tasty as hell.
I'm not doing music news then. Let's just talk about the show and wrap it up.
That's completely fine.
The drummer of Hum died, which is sad. They were kind of a one-hit wonder. They did Stars. Look up Hum Stars. It's excellent. Excellent song. Now I'm really bummed I have to work. I
know. I just want to keep drinking. I'm gonna have more.
Yeah,
but I just want to keep drinking.
Mac, are you all right? Do you want us to come for you? Are you okay? She said, pulled over this morning. This is me being the responsible big brother to Mac. I feel like we are a couple of her bigger brothers leading her through the Savannah experience.
I think that's true.
Ron Burgundy would be sad that you didn't do the news. Q, San Diego. Things I would never say. I would never say F you, San Diego. I love San Diego too much.
Yeah, those beers are seriously delicious, guys.
They are so good.
Yeah, look for them in 3 weeks. They knocked it out of the park with both of those.
Yeah, and where did he take the official cans?
He did.
Okay. Probably didn't want to leave them with us.
No, probably not. But he did give us
an extra crowler of each. Yeah.
Each. Which one do you want? You want? I'll drink either one. I don't hate on either of those.
I'll take the pina colada. I think my wife would like the pina more than the
that's fair.
The Messenger of the Sea.
Both of those are good. I'm not. It's like, why fight? Both of those beers are delicious.
Both of those beers are delicious.
So good.
All right, guys, we're 4 minutes out from jumping into the final break of the day. Both of us are on 20th anniversary rock concert duty.
Yeah.
Duty.
Duty. I've got, I'm going to head down to the venue eventually. I've got to pick up, holding here back from Vinny from Sponge. Supposed to pick him up at 1 at his hotel to bring him back here for an interview. Maybe
Motel 6? Which
maybe
one
we'll just drink some Messenger of the Sea. When he comes in, because we talked about we were going to do. They have the beer sessions. They got a whole album. Their last album. I mean, it's been like 5 years, but their last album came out was the beer sessions, and they had a video they released for each song. And in that video, they talked to a brewer and had a kind of a different beer inspire everything.
Oh, that's cool.
And then during the pandemic, they did the beer sessions. So they online they would play some shows, online. They called them the beer sessions. So I reached out to them months ago when we first announced the show. I was like, hey, could we get you in studio? I was hoping to have him in today, in the morning.
Yeah, for beer for breakfast. That's what we were shooting for.
Yeah, but obviously they're not in town yet. So, I was like, hey, could you still come by and maybe drink a couple local beers? We'll talk about beers, talk about music. He's like, yeah. So I don't know. This is a big one. I don't know if I want to, I don't know if we'll make it through all of that.
I think you guys would do just fine.
We could, yes. I still have to get Vinny back.
I would just do that beer and just do like a little mini podcast with them. Do like a 20-minute thing, man.
Yeah, I'm just gonna record it.
Have you? I mean, I haven't done any interview prep for Sponge yet. I've done most of my stuff for Filter, and I got like 2 questions for Puddle of Mud. I haven't done anything for Sponge.
I haven't really done anything for Sponge yet. I mean, I haven't written down anything for anybody. I started looking through everything. For Sponge, for Sponge, it's relatively easy. It's like I kind of relate Sponge to my first year in radio. Rotting Pinata came out in 1995, which is when I first started in radio. And the station I worked at the time was, if you would take Rock 106.1 and combined it with I-95, that's kind of what that station was.
Okay.
So we played, Skinnerd and all of the, Mellencamp, all of that classic rock stuff.
Ooh.
But we also played new stuff.
Right.
And for us to get a song, I worked weekend overnight, so I got to play some of those songs we didn't play during the week. So I remember playing Molly for the first time from Sponge, like within my first year of radio. I'm like, this song was so, it was more alty at the time. So it was different than what we would normally play during the day. So me for Sponge, it's just kind of like a complete nostalgic trip. So.
Do we need headphones down for the event? Probably do. Are you?
I'm going to bring mine.
Okay.
Tim's got a pair he said we can grab. Give me a second here. I'm going to make sure we're off of this.
Okay.
Tim's got a pair he said we can grab. I is just going to bring those two because I'm not going to use any when we're doing it. I don't think. My goal is to never take these headphones out of the studio because once I do, it's... No, mine are $20. That's fine. And I still say that the pair Tim, the engineer, found are just mine. I'm legit, Tim. If you're watching right now, those are my headphones.
No, we have your other pair. I have them down here, I think.
Do you?
Maybe not.
Nope. The black ones, just like my white ones that used to be in the studio, and then miraculously disappeared. Yeah, Tim, those are mine. All right, 40.
Yeah, I have them right here.
Are those it?
Yeah, remember we were fighting over like when that was happening?
Okay, Tim, I lied. Those aren't mine. No, I don't.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because, well, those are the ones that don't have your adapter on.
Yeah, don't have an adapter.
Anyway.
Which had an adapter. I still say Tim's are mine. I'm going to stick with it. All right, guys, 15 seconds. Going to wrap up the show. Those beers that Kevin brought in from Service today for Beer for Breakfast were so delicious. The conversation was so engaging. We no longer have time for Marshall's Music News. I apologize, Marshall.
Sometimes that works best for Beer for Breakfast. It honestly does. So a couple things we need to go over. First and foremost, Kevin from Service Brewing Company, thank you so much for coming in today. They open at 12 o'clock. At the tap room, and then the beers we tried today will be available later this month. So keep an eye on Service Brewing Company's Facebook and Instagram page if you don't already follow them, because Messenger of the Sea Double IPA and Pina Colada Milkshake IPA, 2 incredible solid beers. They'll be added to the portfolio of Service very, very soon.
It may be 2 of the best beers they've ever done. I mean, legitly, these beers are that good.
If you like them so much, why don't you marry them?
Maybe I will. All right, so the big thing to remind everybody, because we haven't talked about it enough, is the Rock 1061 20th anniversary concert.
What's that? First I'm hearing of it.
Really?
Oh.
You should know that we've got Puddle of Mud.
Yep.
We got Filter.
I've heard of them.
Got Sponge.
Oh.
Got Lilac.
Is that what their name is?
Yes.
Okay.
Got Whaleboat.
Lilac?
This is going to be a great show. Tomorrow, Trustees. We've teamed up with Connect Savannah. A lot of great...
They're a big deal.
A lot of great sponsors involved in this whole show. The first big show in Savannah. I mean, we say, since the pandemic, this is the first big show in Savannah in a decade. Yeah. Rock show-wise.
No, we've talked about this. We are bringing back live music. We're bringing back large-scale concerts to the Savannah area, so you can thank us tomorrow in person at the show.
So if you want to buy tickets, you have to buy them online, even the day of the show. etix.com, rock1061.com. Bars are cash only, so make sure you got plenty of cash. There'll be ATMs on site, but get there. Doors open up at noon. Whaleboat kicks it off at 2 o'clock. This is going to be so much fun.
Yeah, we have a vendor village area. We have tons of vendors on site. You can get a haircut there. You can get all sorts of crazy stuff there. We have 8 food trucks, and the ladies of Emperor's Gentlemen's Club will be walking around, maybe handing out a few things to entice you to maybe come visit them tomorrow night.
I like this idea. All right, so we'll see you tomorrow at Trustees Garden for the Rock 1061 20th anniversary show. Have a great weekend. Rock 1061.
All right, guys, thank you so much for hanging out on the chat today. We really do appreciate it. Hold on, Magic 8 Ball. Will tomorrow be effing awesome? It is certain.
Okay.
Nailed it.
Okay.
Magic 8 Ball for the win there.
You really put everything, at risk.
I did. But you know what? The Magic 8 Ball, most of the time, it hits all the time. So congrats to the Magic 8 Ball.
Horde, 6 o'clock photo. Exit, the VIP exit.
Yeah, so if you're looking at the stage to the right, there's like a fake smokestacky looking thing. Anyway, we're going to meet there at 6 o'clock. We're going to do a big group picture of the Horde, hang out with you guys for a little bit. Once again, 6 p.m. We'll meet you there. If you guys have any questions, feel free to message us on Facebook. Is probably the easiest way. Just message us via the Cotter and Marshall Show page. We'll answer any questions you may have. But tomorrow, it's on. Let's fucking go.
Bring it. All right, see you guys.